All right. Oh fuck. There we go. All right. We are here in live. Hopefully we can hear your side real quick. Let's do a quick mic check cuz
No,
you
for
already
sure.
know. Quick, let's do a quick mic check cuz
No,
you
for
already
sure.
know. Quick, let's do a quick mic check cuz
No,
you
for
already
sure.
know.
Yeah,
Quick,
we're
let's
good
do
on Twitch.
All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. All
So we
right.
got to be good on everywhere else.
Like your volume's cool?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. I'll raise mine just a little bit. There we go. I think that's good. I'll raise mine just a little bit. All right. All
What's
right.
funny is
Anyway,
that YouTube is still trying to catch up.
yeah, YouTube is way behind.
It's
You,
fine.
you're on that too, right? Because I'm not.
I'm
Sorry.
looking at both.
All
Yeah.
right. Sweet,
Oh, there
sweet,
we
sweet.
go. Yep.
All right. Hello, guys, and welcome to the Evil Hour podcast. I'm your host today because Sean switched roles to me, or we're your host today. Sorry, because Sean switched roles to me with me. I'm Dom slash Rash Traffic. I'm joined here as always.
Hi guys, I'm Sean.
And today we got a heavy one for you. We are going to talk and catch up from last year's podcast, Silent Hill. And
Ah,
Sean has some lore for us also today.
yeah.
Some fun, what I forget what it's called. What was it? Um,
Urban
Urban
legends.
legends, that's it. And with that being said, we are glad that you are here. And if you want to support us, make sure that you sub, leave 5 stars, and tell a friend and give us a listen to. So, Sean, let's get into this. How you want to start?
All right. Well, first and foremost, hi Dom.
Hello.
Long time no
Hopefully, I did
see.
good on that intro.
You did amazing, guy. Yeah, man. Like I remember 2 years ago starting this whole podcast off with you, my guy, and we were still trying to figure out like how to do the introductions and how to do the outroductions and all those things. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, and you nailed it too
yeah.
when you opened it up with that. But yeah, so like Sean said, he has been doing the intro for 2 years. I haven't even thought of it. I was just so used to him doing his thing, and he was just like, "Hey, how about this year you do the intro?" And I was like, "Huh? What?"
It's gonna be like if you're a Star Trek fan, it's gonna be like the mirror universe, you know, where
Right.
everything is backwards and we don't know what's gonna happen and who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. Like,
Right. Absolutely.
but yeah, man. Um, how have you
Absolutely.
been this whole last like 4 months, 5 months?
I've been good. You know how it is where I am. So like I tell people all the time, we got like 3 months of summer, maybe a month or so of fall, and then straight just snow, man. And so I've been
Yeah.
trapped inside or going to work, and that's just been my life. And I've been highly addicted. So we haven't really been playing horror games lately, which is
Mm.
not me at all. You've been good with it, but and dude, let me tell you, I've been playing the hell out of Arc Raiders, and for my Arc Raiders fan out
No.
there, dude, that game has stole my soul. That's all. By the way, I am close to 200 hours on that game, and a lot of people would be like, "Oh,
Wow.
that's not nothing." But I started that game in November. I have not dropped it yet. I'm normally the type of guy who will play a game, I get addicted to it, play weeks of it, maybe a month of it, and then drop it. But I've been playing this
Yep.
game every single stream since November, man. So, besides being trapped in snow and doing adult stuff and adulting and everything, I'm just waiting for the writing season. I'm still going to bring it up because it still
Gonna
hasn't
say,
happened
bring
yet.
up the bike.
Yeah, so we finally got some stuff with it. We got the saddlebags from Viking
Mhm.
Bags, so hard saddlebags, very well made stuff by the way. And we got my dream fairing, which is going to be making it a lowrider ST, which I always
Nice.
wanted that bike and whatnot. So we are transforming my bike into a lowrider ST. But with that being said, I've been bringing it up since last podcasts and everything. This year is the year we're
Mhm.
actually finally doing it, and I'm excited. We are coming out with the moto vlog, so I will be getting a new GoPro relatively, actually, really soon, right before riding season, and we'll be set up so
Hell
I can
yeah.
show you guys my journey and visit all these places like I've been wanting to, having ghost stories and all this stuff. So that's me, man. What about you,
Yes.
brother? What about you? How was your year?
God bless America. Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me hear it.
Okay, so we went off air, I think in October, right? No, before October.
No, I thought it was November.
Was it
I'm
November?
pretty sure it was November because it was before Thanksgiving. I'm
Because
pretty sure.
did I ever bring up TwitchCon last year?
No, you didn't. So it was before October.
So it was before October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, let's hear it.
So Um, in October, I went to TwitchCon 10. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet King J935 in real life. Light Bright Indie. I haven't seen her since deployment in 2019,
Also,
2020.
I live or
Um,
not live stream. I FaceTime called you, and then that's when they walked in. I was like, "Yo, what?" I remember that.
yeah,
I was
I
like,
know. We got to see Big Benham Hurts, Taurus Tendencies, Go Johnny Go 85 was in the room, uh, Kick Drummer 85, I believe was her number. Kick Drummer, I'll just call her Kick Drummer. And oh yeah, and Barnasco was there too. So it was a whole bunch of folks in one Airbnb that was only used for sleeping, eating, and that was it. And
right,
partying. We partied a little bit in our own Airbnb. Played a lot of dance games, but oh my god, TwitchCon for the last for 3 days straight was a whirlwind. Day 1 was like so the day before was just go get your tickets, get your card, um come back tomorrow. Day
right,
2 or day 1 was like all the things. It was very fresh as a convention is. Usually they're still like it's not quite oiled up.
right,
Um and then day 2, was when we were, like, really into it, like, we were, like we explored on day 1, but then we really got into, like, meeting the boothers and meeting the content creators who had booths at Twitch content.
right.
Um, there was a guy who was doing like, there was literally I did not realize, and as a tarot card reader, I did not realize that there was a demographic of people who loved tarot card reading.
Oh
There was
yeah.
a guy doing tarot cards, like free reads, and there was a whole line all the way through
Oh
TwitchCon. It was
man.
crazy. And then here's the thing. So it's down by San Diego, and the gas lamp district was like where they had the after party on think day 2. We
Right,
didn't go to that. I was like, look guys, I love you all, but I'm not going to a after party where we could just party right after TwitchCon's over or that night's over with. That's the
right,
same night that Jack Doherty decided to try to party bomb TwitchCon 10, and he caused a little bit of ruckus, and it was all a freaking nightmare.
right.
Um, so it was also the same day that I believe one of the Twitch like really high up there in the
Yeah, I
stratosphere that
heard
will
about
never
that.
like yeah,
Yeah.
that she was assaulted.
And that she
So
said that
that
she'll never
happened.
go TwitchCon again.
Right. Well, and it's crazy because like I'm not gonna say I was assaulted, but what I will say is that Bob Ross, I see you. We have some words, and we're
Because
doing it tonight.
yes,
So
sir.
day 3 rolls around, and the booths are shutting down, and we got to play some video games over there. We played some Dance Dance Revolution. I haven't played that since I was in high school.
Nice.
Um, we saw Arc Raiders. We saw the new
Oh,
Resident
no
Evil
way.
game before it was released. Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. Oh, and then like for you guys out there who are drag, um, I believe it was Trixie Montel or something like that. One of the girls from Drag Race was there. And here's the crazy part. She walked by me and I didn't give a shit. Like she had like a light entourage around her, and
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, there's a drag queen. Like just another Tuesday to me."
right.
Oh, I totally forgot. I saw Wicked Violin there. Um, and it was
Nice.
so funny because like we went to like throughout the day they have like convention like uh open like not open convention chit chats, but like they have like content creators who tell you what to do to try to get your channel to be a little bit more finessed, right?
Right.
And like what to do for like viewership and things like that, right?
Okay.
And so here's me just being this just writing down notes. And one of them, I met Bunny's Ouch, who's a relatively new buddy of mine. They sat right next to me, and then to the right of me was the boyfriend unit, and then right in front of me was this beautiful woman, long brown hair, with like these. I don't know if you've ever seen like a violin, but like you know how like they have like the wood cut out, like the
Yeah.
letter F cut
Yeah.
out. I saw on her
Yeah.
stomach like this
Yeah.
tattoo, and then on her back it said "Wicked." And I got to my head, I was like, "That's Wicked Violin."
Oh shit.
So all I did was I just
Oh
said the
shit.
tagline, "Wicked Violin," and she turned around and looked at me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," and we had, like, a moment. So and it come to find out we had walked past each other, like, 3 times in the whole weekend. So I just didn't put it
That's
together that I
like
was
me
her.
when I
'Cause
found out a guy who I ran into at a base comp down in another state, dude. It's a huge base comp.
yeah.
And I remember I used to watch him growing up as I shouldn't say kid, but a young teen before I could drive, and he got me into subwoofers and subwoofer building and all that. I remember the
Mhm.
first time I built him, it was just like what you said there. His name is EXO, and I got to meet him, got a picture with him, and I remember I seen his girlfriend. I was like, "Oh my god!" I whispered to the person right beside me. I was like, "Is that EXO?" And I didn't think that she heard me say that because she turned around. And she goes, "It is." And I remember I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" I was like, "I don't mean to fangirl, but I was like, dude, no
I
way."
fangirled. No, 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 no. So I fangirled over Wicked Violin. I fangirled over Light Bright Indie. I fangirled over King J935. Fangirled over Big Ben MX.
Yeah.
I fangirled over everybody and anybody who I happened to be around. And then I got to Bob Ross.
Oh boy, this is gonna
Now,
be great.
mind you, I love me some Bob Ross, and
Absolutely.
I love me some little happy trees and some clouds and
Happy
some waterfalls and
accidents, you
some
know.
happy accidents. Um, No mistakes. So through the whole weekend, they had a booth that you could like sign up and do a painting with one of their painter people,
Oh,
right?
okay, that's cool.
And yeah, it was really neat, right? And I thought it was cool, but I was like, but I do that at home, so I'm good.
Right.
Um so it's the last day. I'm looking at what these folks are painting. I'm like, wow, that's really decent. And so this big guy, super tall, has me at like a permanent 45-degree angle just to talk to this guy, right? Um, because he's like towering over me. And I was like, he was like, so how do you know like what drew you to Bob Ross? And I told him like, oh, I was going through a divorce. I needed a artistic outlet. I had my music and I had painting, or at least I learned painting and
Right.
through Bob Ross. And he goes, oh, and I was like, yeah, but it's like it's really crazy that like you guys are still like doing really well after the Netflix documentary that dropped like a couple years back. Did you ever see that one?
I did not.
Okay, so essentially it was Bob Ross, his life story, how he, his wife, this other couple made a LLC, and then it'd be like you and me, your wife, and if my boyfriend, all four of us decided that this podcast was a company, right?
Right.
And it would need to be a 3-to-1 vote for like, you know, something that happened, right? But if
Okay.
let's just say, for example, I die and you and the wife have a business choice that you want to make, and it's not something that the boyfriend feels comfortable with, he would have to agree to it anyway because you two are always going to agree with each other.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
that's what happened to Bob Ross.
Ah, dude.
Right. So that's why Steve left, and Steve never was allowed to make choices for the Bob Ross company. So throughout the show, it was kind of, or throughout the biography, I think it was like a 3 episode, 4 episode biography. At one point, they actually got a hold of Steve, his son, who
Oh
has been
fuck.
missing since like the fucking 70s. Okay. So I brought up Steve. I was like, it's crazy to me that like after the biography, you guys wouldn't open your doors to having Steve here because I would want to see Steve Ross here
Absolutely.
doing what he does best because I think that would be really great for the fans.
Absolutely.
And they were like, this guy, again, like 45 permanent 45-degree angle, I'm looking at him like this, and, he leans over me, and he's just like, "Well, actually, we ask him to come here all the time, and
Oh
then he points
no.
over to, like, the other side of the damn room. He goes, "You see those 2 women over there? That's that's the wife of so and so, and that lady over there is his ex-girlfriend."
Oh
And I
boy,
said,
here we
"Yeah,
go.
what?" And so I responded back real quick. I said, "Yeah, what's it say about a family company that invites the ex-girlfriend of the son whose artist you are making a money profit off of? Who does that?" Because in
So what
my
does
head,
that
if
tell
I went
you,
to a
bud?
family right, I was like, if I went to a family reunion and you invited my ex-girlfriend, twice removed's cousin, I would be having fucking questions,
Oh
like,
yeah, I'd be like, what?
you know? So me and the Bob Ross Inc. Company, I will watch you from afar, but I am not a fan. Uh,
Right.
I have issues too. Thank you. Boyfriend unit popped in. He was like, "I would have problems too."
He's fine.
Um, yeah, in the meantime of all that, I was also working on, releasing the new post on his
That's
album.
right. That's right.
I don't know if you got that in
Oh
shot back
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
but,
We see it. We see it.
yeah, so since November to today to last month, I've released a new album, my 6th album. Yes! Oh, you got it!
We
Yes!
got it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my
Fuck
god.
yeah.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
You know what's funny is that I sent I sent you guys the moderators of my Twitch channel um that memorabilia, and
Oh
also
yeah.
I had a release day party, right? And all the friends and family who got a copy of the CD, because I've never had a CD pressed before, ever. Like, it's always been digital. It's always been like this weird, like, hey, Sean released like 12 new tracks and no one's gonna listen to it, right?
Right.
Not something physical and tangible. And it meant a lot to me to like have like a CD to make it official, to make it look presentable and things like
Right.
that.
Absolutely.
And and then everybody who went to the release party on February 20th, the next Monday, I went to work with a couple of my friends and they were like, "Yo, man, that was an awesome party, but like I don't have a CD player." And I was like, I know.
Sorry.
Oh darn." I was like, "It's just a memento. It's just a
Absolutely.
little something, a little something physical that you can like, I would be surprised that nowadays folks even just purchase video games,
Right.
CDs or,
Physical copies, yeah.
that's
The only reason why
right. That's
we
why I'm
do is especially when it comes to the Silent Hill shit, collection, But besides that,
yeah,
if
man.
it's not for Silent Hill, I don't got it.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. That's the
I
same.
mean,
I
that's
mean,
coming
that's
from a
literally the
PC
same.
person too, because like I remember when I first started gaming on PC, again, I started at a young age, 10, 11, 12. All my
Mhm.
first PCs were CD. And I remember going to midnight releases, actually, specifically one I mentioned in the podcast, which actually, when I started, I hate to bring this up again, sorry to cut you off.
Fine.
But when I start up the motorcycle vlog, I have a whole story and we're going to visit the spot of what happened. I'm not gonna say what happened. I'll tell you afterwards though. Um,
Okay. Hell
but we'll
yeah.
go visit the spot and what happened on going to the midnight release of Evolve. And yeah, when I got to GameStop that night because I was 14 years old, yeah, no, they're like, oh yeah, you pre-purchase this game, for PC. Here's your big ass box, and it comes with 5 discs because it's like, okay, now insert disc two, and it's like, okay, disc two goes to
Hmm.
42%, install disc three goes to 63%. Yeah, so that happened with the
Yeah.
Evolve. Yeah,
The only 2 games that I've ever dealt with that did the same thing was Baldur's Gate back in,
Baldur's
like, the
Gate.
early
Yeah,
2000s. Yeah, because it had, like, 5
yeah.
CDs. you had to load per
Dude, did
map,
you see
and
fucking
then
Silent Hill 2's PC port, by the way? The CDs?
y
There was like 9. I was like, holy shit, dude.
and then, Rockstar, they did, I think, like, a 2 or 3 CD set for LA Noire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a classic at this point, you know?
Right.
Um But yeah, man, like it was so much work to try to get this album off its fucking
Oh, you were
feet. Like I
working
have
your
never
ass off. I
worked.
remember the whole process. I wasn't even there, but you were like keeping me low key updated. Not like every single
Yeah,
day, but I was there and I was like, dude, you are grinding. I love it
bro,
because not a
I'm
lot of
so
people
over the
are like
grind.
that. Oh no, you did it though. That's all you can say is you did it.
Yeah,
And that's why I was like, you better sign this
from
fucker when you send it to me, and you did.
it, right?
Because I was like, you
From
worked for
reaching
this.
out to radio stations like Detong and J360
I
and
saw a little bit of those
also
podcasts. That was cool. That was cool.
yeah, like
When
the
I
Indie
seen
Wave
it, dude, I
podcast.
felt like when I was watching those, dude, I was like, oh my God, he fucking made it. But, no, no,
Oh,
dude, I did. I was like, holy shit, my boy's taking off.
did you hear me take shots at Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what happened. I remember, like, specifically, I made sure that that interview happened before I had to go to work that day,
Right.
and, I had about an hour's worth of time between the interview with the Indie Wave podcast and going to work that day, and I sat down and I was like this, "Oh my god, that was a long 30 minutes." Um and that was just a lot because you have to talk about who you are as an artist, introduce yourself, and talk about yourself as an indie artist, even.
Right.
It's like, how do you compact all that into 30 minutes?
Yeah, you're like, I'm just
Even
me, bro. Like,
TwitchCon. Yeah, right. And I'm just like, and how do you talk about what the music is that you wrote today and how it's different from,
yeah,
your past and things like that? Um, and I know that at some points I was just rambling, and I'm trying to get better at that. Um, and at one point, I took shots at Taylor Swift, and my whole thing was that just to make it really, really simple is that she doesn't know who you are. And when you know someone, like, for example, if you came out with an album, if you wrote a single, if you wrote like a song or something like that, I would want to support that. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
That's why, like, Talia Swing does visual arts. And so when they do a collection of artwork, I purchase that artwork because I want to make sure that I
Support.
support their art.
It's kind of like this
And
Twitch
and
community,
when
we try to support each other, whether it's through
yeah,
bits, subs, or even raids, it's supporting the small
right.
groups, supporting your friends, supporting your, you know,
Yeah, and all I'm asking is that if you happen to know who I am and you happen to know this podcast and you happen to know Rash Traffic, um, when we come out with a piece of artwork that is meaningful to us, like if it's a rotation on Spotify, just add it to a playlist. Like that would just mean the most to us because you happen to know who we are, and Taylor Swift doesn't know who you are. So, like, I'm not saying don't add her music to your playlist rotation, but like it's not gonna matter to her as much, you know
right,
what I mean? Because she doesn't
right.
know who you are, you know? Um, and of course, the old trickle down of tell a friend who has a friend who has a friend who has a friend who has a friend, because
I
that's
got you,
just
brother.
pretty much how this
I
whole
got you.
thing works, you know?
There you go.
Um, yeah, right? Um,
That's your
and,
post on SU too, by the way. I got you.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, I appreciate that. Um And so, yeah, it's been a grind. We released a single in December, and then the album came out in February. And then this Sunday, our second single, 2025, featuring Talia Swing, is going to release. And then that will probably be the end of all the promotions and all the things for the album.
Right.
Yeah. And it's been interesting reading the reviews online from Australia, and it's kind of weird. Like I've noticed that like my art has done really well outside of America. So I picture it kind of like this, if this makes sense. It's like you and I are like in a big room with a whole like just chock full of people, right?
Right.
And there's like, let's just say elbow to elbow, there's 50 people between you and me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to yell a message to you amongst everybody else who's chattering. That's what America feels like.
Yeah.
Nobody like it's so hard for one person to oh, thank you. I appreciate I see the links
I
popping
got
up.
you.
I see America is like trying to yell in a room full of thousands of people doing the exact same thing and having conversations in between each other.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you, hey, I got this album that just released. You should totally listen to it, bro. And you're like, what? And that's America. Australia, um, Germany, England, um, Italy, Greece. Um, for some reason, Egypt was listening to me for some reason. I don't know. Um, I see you though. Uh,
I see.
it was more like this. Hey guys, I have this album. You should totally listen to it. And they were like, yo, bro, I'm listening to it. It's pretty tight. And like, I don't know why. I don't know why the world is working like that, but I'm so grateful for that. So,
Absolutely. And you
um,
deserve it.
in the means oh, thank you. After 20 years plus of, writing music and composing and things like that, like it's been a lot. And in the meantime, I also uh did a live show for Loud 21.
Nice.
They do bi-monthly concerts
Yeah.
and where like every person like they tell you literally like hey uh Sean just did 3 hours of streaming. He's going to Rastrophic, and then Rastrophic, you stream for 3 hours, and then you're told you need to rate out to this person and that person and that person and that person. And you kind of waterfall into like different artists,
Right.
and it's all music. It's just like a big online concert. It's great. It was amazing. So I got to do that, and I'm grateful for Loud 21 to just allow
Yeah.
me in, and that also goes to Wicked Violin, who connected me with those folks because she knows I'm a
Oh yeah.
musician, much like her. So
Hell yeah,
yeah,
dude.
and then I just wrapped up Silent Hill 4.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it took me forever to play that game on stream, but
Uh,
also Silent Hill F. I got all but the bad endings collected. So
Shout
I
out to you
know I
for
went
doing
through
that.
the
Real quick, I thought it was fitting, dude. I wore my 13th jersey, for Friday the 13th.
hell yeah,
So,
dude.
but yeah, no. So let's get into
Hell
that
yeah.
topic, bro. So the nitty gritty, I would like to say, bro. So the
Yeah.
main thing to start back up on this podcast is to so we're your Silent Hill fans. Our next topic, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're gonna be talking about the
You
Return to
are.
Silent Hill movie. So
Oh, okay.
that's
Yeah,
how I
let's talk
figure we'll
about it.
go, well, in our next podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
But then today's
Oh, hold on.
oh, you're good. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, shout out to the
So
homie
if you
too for
went
sending
to
me
opening
this.
night,
Which I did, but I didn't get that because my theater's stupid. So but shout out to homie here. He
so you know
sent
what's
me the
crazy?
card.
You know what's crazy is so I was allowed a card.
Hold up.
Boyfriend
I
unit was
gotta give
allowed
a
a
shout
card.
out real quick. We just got
Oh
raided.
hell yeah.
Thank you, Grime.
Right on.
Hey,
Hello,
Grime.
Raiders.
Grime's been waiting for this podcast too. You just got into the thick
Rhymes.
of
What's
it.
going on, my guy?
You just got into the thick of it. Yo, what's going on, Raiders? We are the Evil Hour podcast. We do this bi-weekly and everything. So right now we just get into the
Absolutely.
nitty gritty of the podcast. So welcome in. You guys just joined in on he said I have been. You guys have just joined in on a perfect time. So we are now getting into Silent Hill F, aka we're going to talk about what Sean has to talk about real quick on Return to Silent Hill. So go
Yeah.
ahead, Sean.
So, I went to the movie theaters. Were handing out these cards. They're literally cards, right? Like letters.
Right.
Um, and so I got a card. boyfriend unit got a card. And so then during the movie, he went back out and got another card. And that was the one we sent you. And then my boy Travis, who has been infamous in this 2, 3 years of podcasting, and he still hasn't shown up for an episode.
Right.
Um, he mailed me this card. I mailed him I mailed him your I mailed boyfriend unit's card to you, and then I mailed my card to
That's
Travis.
awesome. If you guys
So
don't
it
know
was like a big
Travis,
old
he's been
swapperoo.
in talking about our podcast. That was Sean's old friend, who's still a current friend, but he used to play Silent Hill
Yeah.
Origins with, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, all the
Oh, all
video
the
games.
Silent.
Our
Okay.
first video game together, all of them
Oh, I thought it was
practically. I
Origins.
can't think of one that. Yeah, no, dude.
So shout out to
Actually, it was
Travis.
Origins. He had Shout out to Travis, my guy. He highlight bright. Um so Travis had a PSP with
That's
Silent Hill
right.
Origins, and I
Yeah.
would borrow his PSP and play the game under my bed sheets. I felt like it was only fitting to try that, you know?
But
I don't know if
today
anyone else ever does that, but
we will oh my god, dude, I used to do that with my PSP and DS. My god. But yeah, but today
thank
though,
you.
dude, playing Silent Hill underneath the bed sheets, that's a whole different vibe, bro. Like that is psychotic.
Isn't it?
Oh my god, it really is.
Right?
Anyway, but
Yeah.
today though, for this podcast, we are going to talk about a little bit more stuff. Again, we were just talking about the recap, and now we're getting into the nitty gritty,
Mhm.
as I like to say, which we haven't talked about the game that came out. Well, it's been out, but came out. Silent Hill F. So let's get into this. Where you want to start, Sean?
How do you feel? Okay, so I stopped playing the game I think in January,
Nice start.
and I've been playing it since I know. You stopped playing it, I think, like, on the first weekend.
Yeah, actually, I beat the game. At least I could say that it was hard.
You did?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't tell you that.
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah. I beat we'll get into it.
Okay. So, I just wanna give you a heads up. I think this game was meant to be played over and over and
You said
over
that,
again,
and
and
you're
here's why.
not the first person to tell me this, and they kept on saying, "Give it another
Yeah,
try."
you have to, and purposefully make different choices. The game tells you what you need to do to get the endings.
Right.
I know that's weird, but, um, so, like, so when I first played the game, I was like, "Oh, this is really hard and really difficult, and this is not your
I
dad's
feel like
Silent
it was
Hill."
going to be for you. For me, it actually wasn't. This was just a normal like dodge hit,
Yeah.
type thing. But when I was even playing this, I was thinking of you because remember I got the game 2 days before you, and I kept on telling you like I didn't
Mhm.
want to spoil it for you, but I was like, Sean, it's fucking Dark Souls. It's a fucking Dark Souls
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I will say, like, my first impressions, like you, this is a Dark Souls Silent Hill game, because of the mechanics of the omamori. I'm gonna really butcher these words, I'm
You're
sorry,
fine.
but the little trinkets
Hmm.
that you can acquire, and they can change your parameters, but, like, to be honest, I don't know, maybe the random number generator worked out for me or whatever, but the setup that I have for Hanako right now, I can run through that game and not be and just be
Really?
blitzed. I can. Yes. Yeah, I was telling folks on my stream, like, if you have this, and this, you'll be fine because the monsters can't see you, they won't hurt you as bad, your weapons don't degrade as bad,
Wow. So
and
you like
there was some other
strategize that
perk that I
shit.
got really down to like the nitty gritty. And like, I don't know why the stars aligned, but they helped. Um, my only my only problem with F is that I feel like they kind of patched it in the way that like NetherRealm would have patched a Mortal Kombat game when they find out that their game is too damn hard. They release a not so hard version.
Right. See, my take on it
You
is
know?
and this is why I even said too, is so I played the game and we'll get into, specific topics within it, but
Mhm.
we're just kind of giving you guys a general idea of it right now, but we'll get into it. But
Yeah.
my thing was about the game was I opened it up, right? And here was my take on it was holy shit, we're getting a technically a Silent Hill Origins because now by timeline, Silent Hill F is the very first how it starts now by timeline
Mm.
because now by timeline it's Silent Hill F Origins and then it goes up from there. I don't want to say the rest because I know I'm gonna butcher it, but
You're fine.
I know F for a fact now starts first. And so my thing
Mhm.
was okay, so you start the game and you get introduced by this beautiful song. By the way, I love that. Like that
I know, right?
Japanese song. And then I even told you guys about this. I even told Sean about this. I was like, the fact that it's taken place in Japan where Silent Hill was made, aka Team Silent, the makers
Yeah.
of Silent Hill, based off. I was like, this is gonna be so fucking badass. This is what we need in a Silent Hill thing.
Mhm.
Here's my thing. No, no, it was not anywhere near that. It sucked. I hate every part of it. And I was literally rushing through the game. I don't want to say rushing because if I say that, a lot of people, well, that's why you don't like it because you were missing this and that. I was exploring, to mind you. I was exploring. I think
Mhm.
it took me 18 hours total just to beat the game because I wanted to like what I hated about the game the most was it felt like wanted to try to explore like normal Silent Hill games are, but they literally made a path like go this way, then turn left, and then like there was no exploring. There was no like, hey,
Yeah.
this door's locked, this door's locked. It was just more like follow this path. Now
Mhm.
you're getting chased by a monster, so now you gotta go through here, crouch down there, slide through a little wall, and then it was like the
I
go ahead.
Yeah, I noticed that, like, on my 3rd playthrough, it was all linear.
Yeah. Like I thought like we were going to explore the town of the that's based off in Japan. No, it was nothing like that. It was like, "Oh, you can."
Ebisugai Guy Oka?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like you could explore the town ish, but not as much as I wanted it to be.
Mhm.
I'm not saying like every single shop needed a sign or to be open. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like give me
Yeah.
something. And there was none of that. It was more like, hey, there's a pole outside this fucking thing. There's a health bar outside this little shop. I'm like, you don't even go inside of them, or hey, this door's locked, or you need a key. Nothing. It was more like everything was just outside and you just had to go through this little trail. And then not only that, like I said, what I told people throughout the whole game, and I firmly believe this too. If it didn't have a Silent Hill title, I think it would have been a Silent Hill like game. I really do. I think Silent
Mhm.
Hill F would have been a great Silent Hill like game. And if it didn't have a Silent Hill title, I actually do believe in my head that I would actually enjoy the game. But the fact that I just kept on
Yeah.
reminding myself that this is Silent Hill pissed me off,
Mhm.
and I did not like any bit of it to the point I was rushing through the game just to get to the ending, which we will talk about the ending parts, I imagine with you since you beat it
Yeah.
multiple times. But I
Yeah.
do gotta say, throughout the whole game was, in my opinion, stupid. Absolutely hated it. But that ending, the first ending, that was cinema. I ain't gonna lie. That was pretty
Yeah.
good. We'll get into it.
It
Actually, I
gets
don't want.
better
Yeah, I
as
don't.
you keep
Yeah,
going. So I agree with you that, like, on first playthrough, there's a lot of there. There's a
absolutely.
lot
I
of
had a
what
lot of
was
passion
this ex
into it. The
Yeah,
horror was there
and
too.
I
By the
love
way, it was scary. It gave me jump
Mhm.
scares. Absolutely.
It still does. It still does. Like, I still get jump scared, on that video game, even in passing. I brought my Steam Deck to work one day, and I was showing a guy, the console, and as I was playing through just the beginning of it, just being chased by the ghost bride,
Yeah.
right? As she's coming after you with the flowers and everything. My buddy was saying like, "Oh, wow, this is very cinematic." I was like, "I know, right? This is." I'm like, my ass cheeks are clenched right now.
Yeah.
So, um, to talk about to go into I wanna go into what you said, how it feels like Silent Hill. So, for one, for me, the reason why it feels like Silent Hill, is because we haven't played as a female character in a really long time.
Absolutely.
And Hanako, I think, represents okay, so when we had Heather, which we talked about Heather, um, she represented the paradigm of what it's like for a woman or a girl to be to grow up, essentially, to
Right.
have to be forced to grow up, right? And so that's with, like, the baby inside her, the baby of God inside her,
Right.
um, that hate was fueling her and all that stuff. And I feel like in Silent Hill F, they mythologized that even further with Hanako being forced to be in a marriage that she did not want to be a part of
Right.
because her dad was in a business transaction that his friend effed him over in, and his wife is just, again, that's why, like, there's flowers on her
Hmm.
face that cover up like half her face, is because she's blinded by the violence that he was doing to his
And
daughters. Junko, I believe
and I
Junko, the
do
sister,
I
the older
do
sister.
believe that the story is good, by the way. I really do. Like, I love
Oh,
the
it's so
whole like
good.
abusive father. Hinako is like this child, like the black sheep of the family. She's dealing with bullies. I think
Quiet
the
as
story
fuck.
is great.
Yeah.
And some parts actually piss me
Yeah.
off in it, because I'm like, why are you trusting this bit? Like, how, like, I hate to say it
Oh.
because maybe some people do deal with this. Not everybody's like me. I get it. And if you are,
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't let this offend you. But it's just how blind she is. How she's just like, who's that one chick? I can't think of her name. Who's
Oh,
addicted
the
to.
girl who pushes her
Yes,
over?
yes. I'm like, why do you keep on
Yes.
trusting her? Like, she's just like, oh, it's fine. And then she's like, push. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I seen that a mile away. And of course,
Oh,
again, maybe
oh,
that's just
oh,
me,
but
but
but we're gonna be besties and go to the school and then go to Shu's
I
house,
knew
and
for a
we're still
fact when
besties,
she was
right?
like, oh, I forgot your $5 again. Get fucked, bitch. I was just like, and you're like, oh, it's okay. I understand. I was like, I
You know
even
how
said it during my
you know
stream.
how
I
I
was like,
really feel
knock
as a
that bitch out. Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, straight, I don't resort to
so,
violence.
you
Don't
know
do this, but
or
or
do.
do.
So, on stream, I was feeling feelings for only 2 characters, and that was the first girl who gets murked at the very
Yep,
beginning,
I did too.
and Shu. And here's why. If you ever find out, the girl who was murked at the very beginning when all things start breaking loose,
Yeah,
she's the reason why she was taught she was she there's like notes in your journal that talk about
right,
how she went out of her way to talk to Hanako and say, like, are you sure you really want to marry this guy? Because here's the information I know about this guy that you're about to be married to forever and always.
right,
Are you sure you want to do this? And that's why I think she was the first person to go, is because you don't want the person who's going to spill the beans or who's going to try to outlie you
right.
to be hanging around. That's why she was the first one. And also, she's Asperger's. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
why we gotta murk her out
I know,
first? Like,
and
I
that
felt so
first
bad once
death
we found
scene,
that out.
like, I ain't gonna lie, like, all the way up to the whole, which we'll get into topic about, but once we get into the
Yeah.
whole otherworld part, that's when I started losing
Mm-hmm.
my interest in the game. We'll talk about that more.
Really?
Yeah, but
Oh, see, I was
well,
taking it all in as culture. I was like, this is a
nah,
cultural moment.
no. So
Oh,
no, we'll
okay.
talk more. We'll
Interesting.
talk more about that. But specifically to the part that you're talking about, we'll talk about this. Is So the part that got me about that was this how she reacted, and that again, great voice
Mm-hmm.
lining, by the way. And then the candy
Mm-hmm.
shop thing, and it really made you felt like, fuck, like this happened. And if you
Like
want
that weird, like, moment. I know, like, that's a weird moment where, like, you're a young teenager, but you're also turning into an adult
to,
because
right,
choices are about to be made in your life, but, like, are you ready for it or are you not? And that's
Right.
why the candy shop is like that weird anchor to your childhood, but then all this adulthood shit is
Oh
happening
yeah,
around you, and I just
because
love
right after that candy shop,
right?
I'm like, when she comes out with that pole and she's like, "You guys are gonna pay for this," pretty much. I was like, "Yeah, get that,
Yeah.
bitch!" I was all about it. Real quick, you can continue talking. I am going to be right back. It'd be 5 seconds, but yeah, you can keep.
Okay, yeah, for sure. What I liked and again about like the characters is that for me personally, at a point, I really I was kind of off put about like the other three characters, but then like I started to slowly come around to like the first girl who gets murked at the end at the beginning of the game, and then um and then for some reason, I don't know why, but I thought like maybe Hanako's supposed to get with Shu. And then I stopped and realized like wait a minute, I don't think I don't think Shu is it either. I don't think that and that's why like one of the endings that we got to really fitted, and I'd love to hear what Dom's point of view is about it. But what do you guys think so far? I think that like Silent Hill F aimed at a target and aimed for its own target. It didn't hit for a target that was specifically Silent Hill, but it aimed at a target that was around it. You know? I don't know if that makes much sense, but that's how I feel about it. Let me do some shout outs real quick to everyone who is hanging out, showing up. It's been a long day of streaming on my channel, everyone else's channels, Rash Traffics. Um, this has been a lot of fun today. Happy Friday the 13th, by the way, everybody.
Mm,
I was mentioning, Dom,
yeah,
that outside of the girl character, I can't remember her name, and I feel really bad about that. The first one who gets killed
yeah,
in the
I
game,
got you. I'll look
I
it up
was
real quick.
thinking that I was thinking that Shu was going to be the guy that Hanako ends up with, but in playing the game over and over and over again,
Right.
because I was simping on Shu. I was simping on Shu so hard. I was like, "Oh my gosh, maybe he's the guy that Hanako is supposed to be with at the end of the day." And then for some reason, my brain went,
Shakuko?
"No,
Shakuko?
Sakuko.
Sakuko. That's right. Yeah.
Sakuko, that's her name." Um, I knew he'd get it.
Mm,
Um, when I think it was my second playthrough or my third playthrough getting to the UFO ending.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, Shu seems like a really nice, caring guy. And then I realized, no, it's manipulative.
Yeah. I got that right off the rip.
It's, oh, you got that right
Oh
off the,
yeah.
oh,
Oh
I am
fuck yeah,
so
I
late to
did.
the party.
That no. I got my again. I never beat the game. I beat it once, and then that was it. I never went back for multiple endings. I got that right off the rip. I was like, he's fake.
Well, what tipped you off?
It was actually right after she pushes you down the stairs. Because how he was like, oh, are you okay? Type shit. And then he was just like, and then he'll like as soon as she comes around, he'll be like, I don't know who Hanaku is. How you doing, baby girl? And then that's when I was like, he's fake. He's not about her at all. It's not her friend. None of these people are her friend. Yeah, I got that like right off the
None of
rip.
these. Okay, so crazy enough,
I can
it
read
was
people really
weird to me
good
because I
though.
was like,
Maybe that's a fucked
I
up
guess you
trait I
can't. No,
have.
I think you can no, I think you can read no, that's fine. I think you can read people a lot better than I can because it takes me a couple of times to figure it out.
Oh
But
no, yeah.
because I no, and like I for me, I would say it's because and the boyfriend unit and I have talked about this. I put too much hope into people that like my first read
Yep.
I don't judge you off my first read, but after multiple repetitions of the first read, then I kind of solidified
Oh
like my
yeah.
first read
Actually,
was
it's weird
the
that you're
right
bringing this
one.
up. My wife literally said this yesterday, and it's actually facts. Is like the moment that I see you walking up to me, I already got you. It's how you stand,
Oh,
how
that's
you act, how
interesting.
you talk, how like I already got you before you even approach me. And how I base
That is
off
so
of that,
cool.
she could base off how I fuck with you or not. That's how we work
That's
together. Yeah,
fascinating.
seriously. Yeah, so when I seen that
That is
shit in
so
the game,
cool.
I was like, nah, nope.
'Cause, like, in my head, she was, like, mentioning about the headaches, and he
Mhm.
goes, "Hey, here, take this medication." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, it's just a guy giving
No.
aspirin." I
That's
didn't
later on in
know
the
that
game. I
he
didn't know
was
that either, like the whole medicine thing until the ending of the game. Again, we'll talk about that later, but I was like,
oh,
oh
it's so
shit.
baits the game completely baits and switches you with thinking that, like, if you
It's
take the
health.
medication, because it tells you if you take the medication, it's health.
Yeah.
But what they don't tell you until, like, halfway through the game is that if you're dependent on the medication,
Yep.
you're dependent on medication, and that there are 2 separate groups of people in this Gaoka city, and that is people who rely on medicinal medication and those who believe or rely on
It kind of reminds
pharmaceutical.
me of
And
those like
which
commercials that are like, yeah, take this medicine. By the way, it will give you liver failure, kidney failure. I'm like,
oh my god, everything under the I know, right? And that's kind of the problem with alchemy is that, like, which is chemistry in a side story, is
right.
that, like, the more like, you're trying to look for that one thing that can cure all your problems, but, like, to be honest, you're kinda opening yourself up to 20
Oh
other
yeah,
issues to solve this one problem, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like yeah, and I think Silent Hill F does a really good job of addressing that. But instead of it being slavery to um,
A substance, you might as well say.
uh, substance, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're giving your will over, you're giving
By
your
the way, I got
mind
that
over, you're
from
giving your
Suicide
body
Silence.
over.
That is actually a song called "Slave to a Substance." So, shout out to them.
Oh, that's
Rest
cool,
in peace, Miss Shulker. Anyway, we
right?
talked about that.
Um,
No, real
yeah,
quick,
for
if
a
you
minute
don't
there,
mind
I was
talking
sipping on
about it,
shoe,
real
and yeah,
quick, is what about the puzzles? How did you feel about the puzzles in the game? By first
the
off,
one puzzle
yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say the one puzzle that really tripped me up was the wolf one, the one with the medallions.
That didn't trip me up.
There's a couple
I
actually.
actually figured that out pretty fast. You're talking about where you have flip them, and it's like, oh, that matches, or whatever. In the other
No, no,
world,
no, no,
right?
no, no. Yeah, with that big
Yeah, yeah,
mural
yeah,
of
yeah.
like foxes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
See, that wasn't my thing. My thing was
Yeah.
the school and the mannequins. Fuck, I
The
had to look it up.
boxes?
Yeah, I had to look it up. No, no, the lockers. Because it made no sense. It was like two is S,
Oh.
fucking eight was zero, and like I said, like one of the lockers was SOS, and it was just like so it was 202.
Oh my god.
But how they were talking about, and I even said on my stream is if this is how this is gonna come off really bad, and don't take it this way, for people who are listening. But if this is how people chat in the other country, one, smart as fuck, by the way. I even said it during my stream. I was like, how do you represent three looks like an E and four is apparently a C or something like that? Like it like people that do that, wow. And I couldn't figure out to save my life. Yeah, I see you raising your hand. But it's like I couldn't figure it out, and like it made me sick, but I actually had to look it up. Like I was like an hour and a half deep in the stream, like trying to figure this puzzle out on one locker, and I found out there was three lockers you have to do. I was like, fuck that, give me all the combination codes. I did. I cheated on it because I was like, nope, I'm not. Throughout the whole game, I was all solo until that locker part, and I was like, give me the cheat sheet because I was done. I
Okay.
but I hate to
My
say it like
I
this again. This is gonna come off wrong. The fact
yeah.
that this game was made and also, um, how can I say it? Is based off of Japan. I'm not used to Japanese
Mhm.
culture because I'm not into anime or anything like
Right.
that. Um,
You and
so
I both.
this is foreign to me, And I was like, this makes no fucking sense. But to everybody else, they're like, yeah, yes, it does. Like, you're not looking into it right. And to me, I couldn't. Like, with my
Yeah.
dyslexia, and it was fucking with me so hard. I was actually getting like
So
stress.
you you mentioned that, and like at the same time, like I didn't have a
Oh,
problem
I
with that
struggled.
puzzle. I had a problem with the I struggled with the puzzle before that.
Yeah, those like mirror thing. No, I knew exactly what it was. It's like, no, just pick out
No, no,
like
no,
the
no.
one. Oh,
The one where in the when you're in the classroom and you have to figure
oh,
out
the
like which
box,
slide
the box.
the
Oh no, I had
boxes.
no problem with
Yes.
that. And so I passed every single level. Besides, there's four of them, right? If I'm Yeah,
Yeah.
the last one got
Yeah.
me. I had to look
3
up
or
a cheat.
4.
I had to look up the cheat sheet on the last one, but the first three or two or whatever it was, like you said, there's. But yeah, the first two got flying colors, no problem. But the last one, I was like, how? What the fuck? I keep on like twisting it, and I'm like, this isn't making sense. Yeah, no, that one tripped me up though. I can't say I passed that, but I did, but I didn't.
The only going back to your locker problem, the one that really tricked me up because I read it so literal was, um, because I believe the clue wasn't the clue, like, something about, an emergency
Yeah, that was the
or something
SOS I
like
was
that?
talking about. Yeah.
That's the SOS one? You
Yeah.
know what I did? I was like, "What is 911 in
That's what I
Japan?"
did too. I did the same exact thing. I said 911. I said, I believe it's 112 or something like that, or 119, I think it is. I tried that and I was like, dude, you're pissing me off. I did. I did.
It's it's the way that we all of us over here in America learned what the fuck how to dial 911 in Japan. Like,
Yeah, so
because
you
of
have
Silent
you
Hill app.
have C, you have bus. I remember the bus one, and then yes, the one that we were tripping on was
Oh,
505. It was. So let me tell you what C is. Which now that I'm looking at it like this, it makes perfect sense. C in because this letter that you're reading off of, it was like so it gives you like the coordination code. So it'd be like one is
mhm.
for now that I'm looking at it right in front of me, this is how it is for people that are listening. A is four because four is kind of an A, right? It's just missing
Got it. Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
leg right there. Three is E,
Mhm.
and then five is
Got
S,
it.
which makes sense because five looks
Yep.
like an S. And so
And,
the
like, O
first
could be 0,
exactly.
and yeah.
Exactly. So do what you want with that as I'm describing this for our listeners and everything. So like for example, the second locker is bus. So 8 is B, 6 is U, which that made no sense to me because how does 6 look like a U? And then again, 5 is S. And then the one that me and you struggled on, which was the who the fuck to call, the locker combination code for that. And for those of you that are listening
Ghostbusters.
that are stuck on this and you're listening to our podcast while playing Silent Hill F and you're just so happen to be at this part, the locker combination is 505, which stands for SOS.
SOS.
And I was doing the same exact thing as you. I was like 911, 112, or whatever it is in Japan. And I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. Because I think 8 in that letter was I or something like that. It was something stupid. I was like, or no, I said 8
It
was B.
was
Sorry. It was something like that. It was like 9 was an I or something. I was like, what?
yeah, it was, so I think, like, around the 3rd time of playing this game and I got to that point, I was kind of like, "I really don't care what these kids do for codes. I am clearly
Yeah.
in my late 30s, and I am not privy to what teenagers do, and I really don't give a
That's how
shit."
I was too
Um,
at that part. I was like, dude, I'm not doing this no more. Fuck y'all.
I'm not here to play reindeer games. Um no, but like the Fox mural one really tripped me up because on some of the reads of it, it was like follow the path of the foxes, and I would do that, and I would get to a certain point, and then at one point, my buddy Travis was playing, He was like, "Hey, man, I got to this point. Can you help me out, or just point me in a general direction?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I can help you out with that." And so I helped him out. Because I also just so happened to get done with that portion. And then Hanako's bedroom. Oh my god, the multiple ways that Hanako meets herself,
Yeah.
so amazing. Oh my god. From the first time I met Hanako and she was just a really angry teenager, and I completely understand now,
Right.
to where she was kind of more sympathetic but still like
Just a
off-putting
caring person.
about
Yeah.
like yeah. I remember the second time playing it through, her face just completely peels off, and I was like, "That is so cinematic. I fucking love that." And
Yeah.
then the third time I played it, and then she's like, "We got this." And I was like, "Yeah, like, we got this. Like, we're doing this shit, you know?" By the way, by the time you get to this point, there were some Silent Hill things that happened in the original Silent Hill game that they did in Silent Hill F.
I was looking for that the whole time. I didn't find a single one. And it honestly kind of pissed me off.
At Shu's house, when you go around the building, you don't go into Shu's house yet because that initiates the other side, right?
Right.
You go around the building, you drop off the medication that he gave you.
Okay.
When you go back around to your left, there's kind of like a pond, and it's surrounded by these white flowers.
I heard about that. Yeah, because that's apparently that I did hear about this. This is supposed to be Claudia or something like that, and it made no sense to me. How
Yeah.
how how is that?
Well, so in Japan, or at least in this iteration, they gave it a different name.
Okay.
But essentially, it does the same thing. If you read it when you read what the flower does, it's essentially White Claudia.
Oh, that's how it's connected.
Yeah. And then when you go to the other side, as you're going through, I believe it's shoes. If it's not shoes, other side, it's when you're at the house
Right.
and you're at the other side. No, no, no. It has to be a shoes house. I think it was a little sooner than that. There's a area that you can get to, and you have to initiate this like sequence of bells marked with like by the sound of like water dropping,
Right.
right? You know, like those reeds that like fill up with water and they kind of go
Right.
knock
Yeah.
knock, you know. So you're kind of having to time that. It was kind of hard for me because I was off by like a few seconds, but whatever. um that is how you purify this demon sword that you get from that big tree.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Which,
katana.
by the way, I'm just gonna throw it out there, it was pretty much the deco tree from Legend of Zelda, okay?
That's what
Like,
I
let's
thought when
just
I seen it. I was like, "That's Legend of
there's a
Zelda,
thing,
bro."
there's a there.
Yeah.
It was Legend of Zelda as fuck, okay? Because, what you have to
Which I've
do
been playing
in
that
at
game
least one
again,
of your
by the way. Ocarina
playthroughs.
of Time, right? We talking about that?
Oh, it's so good,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
god, dude. Well, I haven't played it since my childhood. So this is my first time playing it
Oh
as an
my
adult,
gosh.
and I'm just living it. I'm just fucking living it.
Isn't it
Oh
amazing?
my
Could
god, it
you
makes me
imagine if they
cry.
redid that game?
I heard rumors. I don't know if it's true, but Switch 2, I heard rumors. Again, AI is a thing now, so I don't really
You
trust
know what my
anything,
problem
but
is?
what's up?
You know what my problem is with the Switch 2 is that, well, I've got a lot of problems with Nintendo right about now.
I've been trying to get a
One
Switch
is
2. Do you
that
own one?
no.
Okay, I want to play the new Mario Kart and
You
then
know how
that new
many
Pokemon game that came out. Not ZA, but Poketopia. Oh.
you know how many conversations the boyfriend unit and I have, and we're just both like, "We should totally get a Nintendo Switch." I was like, "No."
Oh, see, no, we're opposite. At first, my wife was no, and then she's like, "All right, you talked me into it," and now I'm like, "Nah, I don't really want to spend $500 on a Switch
Here's
2."
the reason why no. I'm like, "I am so my dad's child," and here's why. You're not buying a video game, you're buying a key to the video game copy that you're downloading to your machine. That is not a purchase at all
Yep.
because Nintendo has no problems with taking that
Well,
away from
Steam
you.
does that too now. I heard though.
Furthermore, yeah,
Yeah.
but I also have the video game on my external
Oh shit.
chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all I have to do is just pop that fucker out, not connect to the internet,
Yeah.
and pop that thing in, and then
Oh,
I
that's
have
nice. That's
have the
nice.
game available. Yeah, right? Um, okay, uh, that little microchip is essentially a key code to a video game. It is
Mm,
not a video game. You're buying a license, and Nintendo wants to treat it like a license, then we'll treat you like a license. And let me give you a heads up. This is a this is a relationship. It's not a what do you say?
like a
Pro
contract.
bono situation,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, it's not a contract. And I don't like that. I don't like that they had a 16 gigabit microchip card for a code, and then because of the microchip issues that we've been having the past 3 years, they decided, "Oh, we'll just downgrade to a 1 gigabyte microchip card, but still charge you as if it's a 16-bit gigabit card for the
Right.
same price because we still have to make a headway on this." Um, and, um
Speaking of which,
what was the
Lightbright, I
other thing
just
that
now
just
seen Lightbright was just playing Pokemon ZA. That's funny.
right, yeah. And it's not that, like, their video games are trash, but here's another thing. I have a friend who's been playing, Skyrim
Yeah.
on on his, Nintendo Switch, and he was literally telling me that these graphics
Oh, dude.
are pretty much the same graphics as the Xbox
Oh,
360,
yeah, it's bad.
Xbox
That's
One, or
why when
something
I
like that,
see
and I was
like
like, "Wait,
Nintendo
okay,
Switch is
so."
like trying to come out with Elden Ring, I'm like, no, that is way too big of a game for a Nintendo Switch console.
That's why I was, like, saying, I was like, "Wait a minute, why would I spend money on a video game that's graphic like a console, a
Yep.
now console, when I got a Steam Deck or,
Oh my god,
Xbox
dude, that
One,
really showed
Xbox
me
or
what
whatever."
the Switch graphics is when I seen shit like that. Like, have you seen the memes of like the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat on the Switch compared to PC or compared to PlayStation? Oh my god, it makes you laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, what the
Right,
fuck,
that's why I was
dude?
like, why would I buy that boondoggle for that? Now, if it's working off of the graphics of, like, let's just say, for example, Pokemon or, the
Oh yeah, it
classic
does
video games
well. It
that
does
happen to be
absolutely well.
available. It
Yeah.
does really well. I'm all for it. But remember, the Nintendo Switch is the answer to why Nintendo had the Nintendo Minis,
There you
the
go.
mint the mini, the Super Mini and the NES Mini. They only did that for a short amount of time, and they realized, "Oh, shit, we can't we need to have better control of this, um, material," and that's why they're doing this on the Switch, and I don't stand by a company that. Yes.
This
Yes.
is bad, dude.
Yes. Literally, literally. I'm seeing the pictures that you just loaded in from, yeah, it's trash. It's trash.
It's
It's
bad.
trash.
But so yeah, no,
Um,
back with Silent Hill F though, man. Like so like my thing oh yeah, and it won't be a Silent Hill F topic if we don't talk about it. So I gotta bring it up here. What the fuck is up with that
sure.
mannequin key part when like you find the final
Mannequin
one and
key.
she like points and like straight bends over as shot, bro? I'm like, we didn't need that. We did not need that whole
So,
like
about that, so I
right up at
noticed
the
that the
ass.
monsters. I know, right? I was, like, sitting there going like this. They know their demographic because if you think about Japan, anime,
Oh yeah,
mangas, etc., they're always. I don't know why. I think it's a guy thing, and I'm not complaining about it. But at the same time, I'm like sitting there going, "This.
we didn't need
These are
that.
the beats we have to hit because if we don't hit them, we're not, culturally aware." Um, freaking every monster that we ran into, I felt like was an homage to a prior monster that we have faced in prior video
See,
games.
not
Like, for
me.
example, the
To
really
me,
big.
it was way too repetitive and not much detail. Like the monsters itself had
Yeah.
detail, but it was just like, okay, here's this monster. She has a knife. Here's this monster now. She's covered in flowers, but it's the same model as the other one, and she has a knife. And like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Silent Hill has nurses. the crawlers, whatever. They had limited monsters too. But in Silent Hill F, I literally felt like I was down to three monsters the whole game, and that was the mannequin bitch, the crawler, and the actual the actual mannequin thing that like just twisted all the time and screamed. I felt like throughout the whole game, that was those were the monsters you encountered. Besides the guy, like you said, I
Yeah,
know
you're
what
not
you were
wrong
gonna
about
say
that.
there. It did remind me of Pyramid Head on that guy. I will give you
Mhm.
that. It did give me that vibe.
Yeah.
But besides the big ass dude, it was just the mannequin, the other mannequin that screams, and then the four legged monster that and that was the whole game. And it was very lacking. It's very lacking.
Yeah.
And then they spawn
'Cause
them
I
way
just
too
got done with
much.
Silent
That was
Hill.
my problem. It's just like you go into a room and it's like four of them there, plus the and like you die.
So that was a patch. That was something that they
Oh,
patched,
really?
was the spawning.
Oh my
Yeah, they
god.
patched that.
Thank God.
Mhm.
Maybe I do have
They
to
came out
revisit
that came
this
out
game.
and yeah, it's yeah. Um, so I was just got done with Silent Hill 4, and I'm gonna since that's, like, fresh in my head,
Yeah.
I'm gonna base how many monsters was in Silent Hill 4 and what's in Silent Hill F. So in Silent Hill 4, you have the dogs, the
Right.
ghosts,
Right.
the Billy and Miriam creatures,
Right.
the, monkey-looking
Yeah.
ones, the apparently they're called patients and not nurses,
The
but
big
they're
ass
they're called
tall.
patients, the ones that burp.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. They're called patients. I didn't know they were called patients. I thought they were
And
nurses.
by the way,
I
to for the fans, we talked about Silent
knew
Hill
no
F
better.
or Silent Hill 4, but like again, same concept with F, at least to me. Amazing story. Beautiful fucking story. Love it. If serial killer goes to
Yeah.
range, awesome. Gameplay, hated it. I hate Silent Hill 4 and I try replaying it for my stream, but I haven't I that's the only game I have not played on my stream yet because just me trying to play replay that game again, I'm honestly kind of dragging ass about. But that whole game, though, the story wise, I fucking love it, and that's why I want to play it.
I played it I played it on hard, I got all the way to second building world part 2, and then I was at a point where I was literally cooked and I could not progress any
Oh
further.
yeah, like I
Like
mentioned in the stream or in the podcast, I should say, is that like the
yeah.
thing that I hate about Silent Hill 4 is like you progress all the way through and see these amazing like even the level designing, beautiful. I love it.
Mhm.
But it's just like you go one, two, three, four, and then it's just like, okay, now time to do the ending. Four, three, two, one, and you have to go through all of them again, but in the other world, you might as well call it. And I hated that.
Yeah.
That's what drained me. Like by the time I was back at the apartments, I was looking up YouTube guys because I was like, I can't stand this no more. Get me through the fucking game. I'm done. Like, sorry
You
I'm
know,
late, but I'm here.
I have
Yo,
to
what up,
hand
Big
it
Mike?
to Yo, Big Mike. Bow, bow, bow,
Who's been waiting for
bow.
this? Yes, sir.
Big Mike, welcome in, my guy. Um, freaking, I used Silent Hill no, Silent Hill. There was some Silent Hill game. I'm sorry, website that I used that has a walkthrough,
Yeah,
and all I did was just trace to see like what is in what room, what thing, on my second playthrough on the
right.
same damn game at the same damn time because I had to knock the difficulty down from hard to normal. I've never, I
Yeah, that's the first. By the way, did you beat Silent Hill F on hard
that was a
yet or
first for me.
anything?
Yeah,
Wow, I'm impressed.
yeah. I did it on hard. Now the only difficulty that I need to do it on is Lost in Fog or something like that. I think
Yeah,
is like the
yeah,
super
yeah.
hard version. I didn't do that. Because I did it on I believe normal difficulty, and then I did it on hard difficulty, and then I went to easy difficulty after that. Because I was at that point I was like, I think I've kind of seen and done everything, and at this
Right.
point I'm just here for the endings. So
Now, I will say
yeah.
this sorry that we're keeping you guys and being stuck and getting off topic here, but to move on and everything, The thing that also
Yeah,
lost me to move on with Silent Hill F is the thing that also lost me, and
yeah,
I get it. It was part of the story. It was part of the lore. Like you said, she was getting married to a guy that she didn't want to be with, and blah blah blah. She was getting for. But dude,
yeah.
again, when the story was happening, I was like, oh shit. But like after that, I was like, man, what? What? This isn't Silent Hill. The whole point where she cut off her arm and then she was like half wool or half fox and half wolf. And like
Hey,
it was so cool.
yeah,
But then they made it, I
I
felt like
remember us texting that.
it was more of an anime to me at that point because then it was like, yeah, big monster. I'm like, dude, like, I can't.
Okay, so
I'm
I remember when
sorry.
you text me this,
Yeah.
and I was laughing in my car on the way to work because, um,
By the way, when I texted
one
this to the people that are listening, I didn't beat the game yet. This is when it happened to me, and I was
no.
trying not to spoil
Yeah,
it for him because I think you were just about to start the game, or you were just starting the game.
yeah. No,
Um,
I was a little behind you. I was just
yeah,
a little
and I
behind
was
you.
like, dude, this.
Yeah,
I remember my very first thing was, dude, this ain't it. And you were like, what? I was like, I
yeah.
can't tell you, but this ain't it. It's anime. And you were like, what?
So, okay, I totally agree with you. It's very anime, okay? Um, and at the same time, the thing is that the what we're missing out of the big picture of it being like her cutting off her arm, being branded on her back, and cutting her face is that as a woman, when you are betrothed to a man, you're losing your identity. You're
Oh,
changed.
see,
Like,
I
okay,
never
for
that I
example,
did not get that
when
feeling from.
okay, so that's what I got out of it
But that
because
makes
you're
more sense than
losing
what I
your
got
last
because I was
name.
more like, what the fuck? It like why? That's how I kind of
Right?
felt.
Yeah. Right, yeah, 'cause at first I'm like, "Oh my god, like, why would you do this to yourself?" But then at the same time, it's like, okay, so if you're a woman in the '60s in Japan and you're betrothed to a man because your dad is trying to sell you off, you're having to alter yourself to fit into what the man you're marrying off to is
Ah.
expecting of you.
See, that makes more sense
Right,
now.
so you're no longer the woman that you were before, you're having to alter yourself. That's why Hanako at the begin or not Hanako, I'm sorry, that's why Junko, her sister at the very beginning, all you see
Was
is her
all
back end. You
yeah.
don't see the mask, you don't see any of that. So in perfectness, in this moment, all I can say is that Junko looks like what she looks like in her mask. And as you kind of progress through the game, you kind of notice that her skin's a little bit more deader.
Right.
Her
I
her
did
skin
notice
is
that.
like, you
Yeah.
know, right? And by the way, Junko also kind of gives me the same feeling as like what uh uh uh
See, the feeling that
Dahlia
I got
Gillespie gave me.
so there was one that I got from her, but the other thing I got from her
Hmm.
was more of a sister who was more mad that you were marrying a more successful guy is what I
Yes.
got from it. And that's why I didn't really fuck with
Yeah.
her sister because I couldn't
But
tell
but
that one.
also
I
at the
could
same
not read. I
time,
couldn't tell if she was on our side or not.
no, no, no. So I think Junko is a product of the system.
Oh, see, that makes more sense now.
I think Junko and people in the chat can correct me if they feel any different or agree. I think Junko was a part of the system, which is why she was trying to push Hanako to agree to this thing because it would be better for the family.
Oh my god.
This is what's expected, and I am a product of what is expected because my mother did this, our mother did this, I did this, you're going to be doing
Oh.
this. Does that make sense?
No, that's an eye opener for sure. See, I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah. So Silent Hill
Damn.
F has a lot of layers to it, and again, I think and
See, when you
I
talk about this, I'm
noticed,
not
like,
gonna
on the
lie. It
second
makes me
and
want to play
third
the game, but I know I'm not gonna enjoy it. And that's why I'd rather not. But like you explaining this to me, this game sounds so fucking badass.
it's so badass, especially when you go for, like, the dead ass best ending in the whole damn game. Because there's a not so good ending, there's a bad ending, and then there's a
Yeah.
not so good ending, a kind of good ending, and then a really good ending.
Yeah.
And I got the first 3, but not the bad ending yet. So I don't know what
What was the normal
happens when you
ending that we
do
got? I thought
the
that was the
normal
bad
ending was the
ending
one where no, so you would think because the
because
first
she went
ending
through
I
her
got
addiction.
was the one where yes,
Which, by the
the
way, that
pills.
was badass when she. We shouldn't talk about that right now. Let's get up to
Yeah. That's
there.
fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Go
So
for it.
basically, I mean, we're pretty much damn near at the end. She marries a dude or whatever. She sells her soul to him, pretty much.
Oh,
And
Fox Boy.
yeah, Fox
Oh
Boy.
my god, Fox Boy is so handsome.
Oh,
Uh,
here we go.
uh.
Hey, all the Sims are coming out now. See, I didn't get that. See, and that was another thing though, as when I was talking about earlier about high Kyrie people and this and that. He actually tricked me. Or I shouldn't say tricked me because again, I only played the game once. So from what I experienced,
Mhm.
I was like, oh my god, he's actually like good. Like, so is he not? Because I also
Yeah,
got
you would
that
think.
vibe. You could tell me it's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
There's 2 gods in this city.
oh really?
One's of the older one is of the older town, the one that did
Right, the
all the,
damage.
herbal shit,
Yeah.
right? And then there was this new god that ruled in, and that
No
was the
way.
fox.
See, now I feel like I need to fucking
And
play
the
this.
fox
God
is a
damn
deceiver, much like how
it.
they are making in the story that if the fox rolled in as a deceiver of the old gods where the tree was at,
Right.
right? When it was struck by lightning, everyone was like, "Oh shit, I guess we need a new deity." And this fox deity rolled in.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And by the way, remember the red liquid from Silent Hill? The one that you use on Sybil?
No, I actually don't. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Talking about when she's like
there's
the
a
other half, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
See, I
yeah.
never did that actually. I only got the bad ending on Silent
Oh,
Hill.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Cause I was like killing everybody and she was coming after me. I was scared. So then like when I woke up and like your dude was
okay.
dead, I was like, holy fuck, like they showed this back in 1999. By the way, way before its time. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I got that ending, and I
Right.
played that shit like in the 20s, like aka 2020s. I was like, that ending was way before it like ahead of its time. Holy shit. When I saw that, like,
Right.
I was like, whoa.
Oh, shit. So, there's this liquid called the algomorphosis or something like that.
Okay.
It's a really long
So
A word.
this is
Um,
really based off of like Silent Hill then. Well, obviously because Silent
it
Hill's
gives
title, but
Silent Hill things, but you really gotta work for
oh
it.
my god. See,
You
I
really
didn't.
gotta
I was
keep
more like
attention and
fuck
look
this
for it.
game.
So there's this red liquid that Dr. Kaufman concocted called the algomorphosis,
Right.
and this was the counter drug to the White Claudia in Silent Hill, the
Okay.
White Flowers in Silent Hill F. There's a temple portion that you have to go through, and you purify that sword from that tree
Oh.
with the red liquid.
Oh.
Kinda like how you purify Sybil
Sybil.
with the red liquid so you can save her life at the end of the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now here's the thing about about that damn sword. When it is possessed, you can whack
I
dack
heard it's
and
OP
yada
as
yada
fuck.
yada. It's OP, but it's OP to a point because it still will break. But if you sheath it and then use a different item,
Yeah.
its health will regain
Oh,
up
no
as you
kidding.
keep on using other
See,
weapons.
I thought it was
Yes.
unlimited.
Now here's where I'm no, and
I
here's
mean,
where
it
I'm
is,
really
but
pissed.
yeah.
Well, 2 things. 1, when you purify that sword, you purify all of that. It's just another item.
Okay.
When I got the UFO laser sword,
Yeah. Oh, so
I
there's
was thinking like,
multiple
"Oh shit,
swords.
fuck."
Oh
Yeah.
god. All right.
So I got the laser sword from the UFO ending, and I was like, "Yo, girl, we gonna be like Sailor Moon up in this bitch, right?
Yeah.
Just like Heather Mason in Silent Hill
Yeah.
3." Bro, the length of the blade is based off of how many endings you've gotten, and the length of the blade will shorten as you use it because it's breakable. It's a
Okay,
fucking laser
I'm
sword.
not gonna
It's a
lie.
laser sword.
I do respect
I hate
the
it.
idea. I
I hate
respect
it
the
so much.
idea. But that would
I
be
hate it so
annoying if I was you and replaying the game. Yeah, no, I would hate that. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even finish it.
much.
Wow,
I hate it so much.
that's
I was
crazy.
like, I thought I worked so hard for a weapon that would not break, and yet here we are today. Mm.
Moving on to the ending though towards the game because basically everything
Yeah.
happens, bro. When like she's screaming at the cops and like everything, and then she's like, "Get out of my face!" and like the thing starts screaming with her. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo!" and it just goes pitch black, and then that's when reality hit me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, she was addicted to the pills."
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
I got chills. I was like, that was a damn good story, but I said it to this day. I was like, if it didn't have a Silent Hill title, that would have been a hell of a game. But I just kept on reminding
I feel
myself,
like we
this
said
is
the same
Silent Hill.
thing.
This is Silent Hill, you know.
We said the same thing about Downpour.
Yeah.
We said the same thing about Ascension,
I luckily
and
skipped that
this
fucker. I tried it, and once I seen what it was, I was like, nope. And then I remember we talked about this on the podcast, but I remember seeing you doing it too. And I was
yeah.
like, I give you full props because fuck that. By the way, real quick,
I
not
still have
oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, I still have no idea what that damn show was about. I have
None.
no idea what that was about.
So real quick, I had to get off a little bit of topic here, but 2026 is happening, obviously, and you know what I'm gonna bring up
Yeah.
to this. Silent Hill Townfall, dude. I don't know about you. I don't know. I do know one thing about you. You are not a first person guy,
Mhm.
but this is my fucking dream come true, and I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
And even my wife's like, dude, rat, don't get too excited because you remember what happened with F. But I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
My whole time playing Silent Hill as a child and everything, we are getting our very first person Silent Hill game. And I can't be
Yeah, what do you think?
even more excited. And it's based off in
I'm
Ireland or
excited
something
that
like that.
Scotland
Scotland, yeah, dude. And I'm like, dude,
Scotland.
I'm holding on to it because I hate to say it, I think this is gonna be f out of proportion. I am a first person horror fan. I'm a first person shooter fan too,
Yeah.
but I love first person. And all my life, I was like, dude, if we could have a first person Silent Hill game, this will be it. And then when I seen that this Townfall was gonna be, because wasn't Townfall supposed to be a FMV video, by the way? I thought, from what I heard.
I had no
I heard
idea.
huge rumors that this was supposed to be a Silent Hill, but Until Dawn Silent Hill. And then when the
Oh,
trailer,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah, you
yes.
remember this? Yeah. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden we get this fucking we get this trailer and it's Silent Hill first person. I'm like, dude, that whole fucking cinema trailer
With
gave
the
me chills, bro.
with the freaking
Oh
CRT
yeah.
TV that you
Oh yeah.
use to, like, look
That was
through, like, walls
crazy,
and stuff, I
dude.
was like, "Oh my god."
That was crazy.
It's not that I'm not a fan of first person, it's that, first person shooter games are not exactly my strong suit.
Right.
Silent Hill 4 paved the way so Silent Hill Townfall and, PT could walk,
Right.
and, I love that. I thought it was a super cool juxtaposition of, third person, first person view, you know?
Right.
Um, More of that. The more different perceptions or perspectives that you can put into a video game, I
Absolutely.
think like the more cinematic you can make it. It's just what you can do with it. And so finding out that we're gonna play as Simon, our first, by the way, can we say it out loud? Black main character
Yes.
in Silent
Yes.
Hill. Can
Who
we
seems
throw
like
that
a
out there?
badass,
Because
by
they've
the way, in that trailer, dude. I'm like, yeah,
right?
buddy.
I noticed that his
Yeah.
arm is wrapped with an IV cord.
And
I
this
wanna know what that's
hospital
about. I
bracelet.
really wanna know.
Oh
Yes.
man, you're giving me chills just
I'm
talking
so
about it right now.
excited.
I'm very excited. And yeah, so the thing that pisses me off though the most about it is coming out in 2026. The problem that pisses me off
Yeah.
about it is that there's no official date. There's no like August 16th,
Yeah.
July 4th, no nothing. It just says, yeah, it's coming out in 2026. But are we talking about like here in 2 more months? Are we talking about December? Are we talking about like when? And we haven't got shit on it though.
Um, yeah, no, we really haven't gotten shit on it since like I think like what, 3, 4 years ago? And it was a small little preview.
Yeah, all it was radio static.
If
But
you
like I
remember the
said,
OG, yeah.
from that radio static, I mean, we're in the Silent Hill groups and everything, and everybody was even confirming that this was a FMV, aka Until Dawn Silent Hill, and that's why I even told you. You even
Yeah.
said you were like, "Well, I'm gonna play it because I like those kind of games." I even told you I was like, "I'm not gonna play it if it's a
Mhm.
FMV." Nothing against Until Dawn or FMV video games. I have seen those games, and I honestly do enjoy them. I do. I enjoy them more watching YouTubers play it. I know for a fact I will not
Um,
enjoy playing it myself.
is it is it the pacing for you? Is
No,
it
no, it's
the
just more of like, okay, like you just watch a video and then it's like, would you want to go right or left? And then you go right. Well, this is your outcome. And then it's like you watch another
Mhm,
video and then it's just like
mhm.
yes or no. And then if you say yes, then this is your outcome. And I'm kind of like, I just want to play myself. Like I find horror games, especially if we're talking about horror games, not FMV videos in general. I'm just talking about horror games, especially horror game FMVs. I want to walk to that door and see that it's locked. I don't want to be like, do you want to check the door? Yes. Okay. Yep. Nope. It's locked. I want to do it. Let me explore this stuff. And granted, Until Dawn, for
Yeah,
those who are listening to a podcast and being like, well, Until Dawn does let you explore a little bit. Yes, I get that, but I don't want the whole game being like, yes,
it's
no,
linear.
pick who you want to die. Do you want to save them? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm good.
But, like,
I'm
Until
good.
Dawn and Man of Medan, the Dark
Right.
Chronicles, I think they're
Yeah.
called the Dark
Yes.
Picture Chronicles. Um, for me, I've played 3 of them
And they're
along with the
great.
boyfriend
I
unit
will
because that
agree.
seems
They're
to be
great. Yeah.
they're great for the 2 of us because it's horror for me and third person for him,
And see, that's why I heard about
and
those
not
too.
in
I
a
even got told like try playing that with your spouse or with your other person because I heard it makes it
yeah,
more fun. Like it's more like okay, well if
yeah,
she
it
says
does.
yes, I'm like well like you get to pick, you know.
Mhm.
But if I'm sitting here playing it by
Yeah.
myself, I'm good. Like I'll watch somebody else do it.
Oh, yeah,
But so
yeah,
when
that
I've
makes
seen
sense.
that
Yeah.
Townfall was first person, I was like, oh fuck, like this is a FMV. It's our very first
You know,
person.
I noticed that did you notice that the monsters in Townfall, since I guess we're wrapped up on Silent Hill F and we're gonna
Yeah.
chat about this, did you notice that like the monsters look strangely familiar in the
Oh my
body
god.
disformed
That
look?
and like the like
And I
already
was like,
I'm
how
already
many times do we
drooling over the monsters though. I get what you're saying, like how many times are we
Yeah,
go recreate the same monster. But dude, some of them like the siren, I hate to say it, but it literally looks like Siren Head. Bro, crazy man. I was like, yes.
yeah. I also okay, so here's another thing. It was based off of a town, there was a during the transmission, the Silent Hill transmission, there
Yeah.
was a moment where they were talking about the areas that they were looking at and taking inspiration from, much like how they did with Ebisu Ga'alka from Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that town was based off of the town, which, by the way, I did a stream on that where we were Google Earthing Japan,
Yeah.
and it really does look like Ebisuga Oka, but, like, in real life, and that's why I was
Oh, that's
joking
crazy.
saying, like, if America doesn't work out for me, I could just buy, like, 20 of these Amazon bread makers and just be a bread maker in the
Yeah,
middle
dude.
of Japan and just
Yeah, dude.
and just live off of making bread for, like, ever and ever and ever, you know?
Yeah.
Just living a simple life out there 'cause it looks so simple, and everyone's front gardens look so beautiful, so I imagine that these Scots, they put in so crazy concept. We have our early 2000s with it being based in a place in Maine,
Right.
And then we've got a spot over in Japan. We've got a spot over in Silent Hill Ascension. Was that like in Finland or something like that?
I
I want to say it was
forget where it
Finland.
was, but yeah, it was definitely a different country. Yeah.
Sweden? Sweden?
I forget.
One of those two, right? Okay, so there's Silent Hill shit that happens in Sweden. There's Silent Hill shit that happens in Japan, and now we're in Scotland. And I'm kind of here for it. I don't know. Maybe there's a thing about Silent Hill things happening in other places, and it doesn't have to be Silent Hill as like the name of the town. It's just,
Right.
you know what I mean? Maybe
Well,
they're really trying to break that paradigm.
and Norway.
Norway.
Anyway,
I was close.
and not only that, but the thing that I always like to compare and contrast here, and I'm sorry to say it, even though I know the new Resident Evil's out, is the way that I look at it is Silent Hill compare Resident Evil. Resident Evil's like, here's a machine gun, here's a rocket launcher, here's some grenades. Yeah, kick ass, fight zombies. Which
Yeah.
again, I know that we're talking about zombies compared to fucking nightmares here. But and don't get me wrong,
Right.
Silent Hill does give you guns and everything, depending on what game you're playing and whatever. And even in Townfall, they show him using a revolver in first person, shooting that one thing. So they do give you guns, yes. But the thing that I look at is before they show the gun part, is they show him hitting a fucking monster with a wooden plank, which is in every Silent Hill, you might as well say. The wooden plank or the fucking steel iron.
Metal pipe.
Yeah, the metal pipe.
Yeah.
And it's just like the way now I'm looking at it is not only we're getting another Silent Hill horror game, but we're getting not only a first person Silent Hill horror game, but now you're gonna have to face those monsters that you used to face in third person with that wooden plank and first person. And that's what's gonna freak me out.
Oh,
Exactly, bro. Like fucking like like oh my god. Like that's what I'm ready for. Is that
Yeah.
fucking like, oh
I
god, he's
wonder.
coming for me, like fucking swing, like
I have a question for you. What if it turns into like same kind of like fighting, what if like Silent Hill Townfall does the same thing as like
F.
Zombie Island
Oh,
where you have to kick them away? You know what I mean? Like how would you feel if like that was a mechanic where if they get up close to you, you can like kick them
you're talking about
away,
like Dead
but then you
Island
can
type
walk.
shit and like yeah.
Dead Island, Zombie Island, Dead Island, Dead
Yeah.
Island. Yeah. What if it was like that?
I hate to say it like this because I was a fan of that game when I was a kid. But since we're talking about
First one.
silent, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dead Island 1,
yeah,
not
yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
or
No, Dead Island
yeah,
one
okay.
for sure. So
Okay.
like the thing that I look at is I hate to say it because I'm gonna sound really biased here. So I didn't like it in Dead Island because I was like, because it's like foot, like that's all you saw was foot, you know. But I thinking in that position, and since we're
You
talking
would see it
about
like this, you'd see it like this, you'd see
yeah,
it like
exactly.
that.
Like, yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Like, all you see is foot, you know? And it's like, so, but thinking
Right.
about in that position, we're talking about our favorite game here or genre or
Yeah.
series. I want to say it'd be
Mhm.
more realistic. Like, get the fuck away from me, you
Yeah.
know? Or even they adding a pushing effect, you know, like
Push,
pushing.
yeah,
Like, even
yeah,
in Dying Light, I believe they
yeah.
push zombies and then hit them.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're right, yeah, they do that, yeah,
so.
yeah.
I I would like it. I don't think it should
Okay.
be broken though. Like because in Dead Island
Mhm.
you could kick, and then it's funny, and then people be laughing because I was one of those
Yeah.
guys who would keep on kicking the
I was
zombie
one of those
until they're
guys.
yeah until they're down. Then you keep on kicking them, and then it's just funny because it's like 25, 25, 25, aka depleting their health, and I would just laugh because then that's when I would say like wrong hood, you know. So, but I hope they don't make it into that. You know, I'm not saying like you kick once and you're out of breath because obviously that's even more unrealistic. Because I imagine I could kick somebody twice, or at least 3 times before I'm out of breath.
Yeah,
But let's not break the system
yeah.
here. Don't like kick.
And
You know,
I'm gonna set myself up for for failure on this one, but if there's a run feature, I hope that, like,
it's not.
our main character doesn't. Well, 1, I don't want him to run like a marathon, but also at the same time, I don't
Not
want
smoke
him to
10
like
packs of cigarettes. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Travis,
You know,
Travis,
I
bro. Not
yeah,
your friend, by
Travis.
the way, but Travis, bro, of Silent Origins.
Both. Let's not limit ourselves.
Yeah. So, like I said, like me personally, and my wife's trying to warn me. She goes, "Dude, don't get your hopes up on this because remember Silent Hill F." And I was like, "Yeah, but I really do. I really got my hopes up for this because this is all I ever
I
wanted was
know.
a first person Silent Hill." And granted, there's probably people again
Yeah.
listening to our podcast was like, "Well, you can mod Silent Hill 2 and make it VR." That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about a legit first person Silent Hill game, and this is it, and I'm
Yeah.
very, very
Built
excited
for the
for.
purpose. Built
Yes.
for the purpose. And by the way, let's not forget Silent Hill short message. I know you played it. I haven't played that because it was a PS5 exclusive.
Oh
And that takes
yeah.
place in Germany, doesn't it?
I don't know where actually that one ever took place at. All I know is that
I
was
thought it
a
took place
really
in
dark
Germany.
story. But again, didn't feel like
Yeah,
Silent. It
right?
didn't feel like Silent Hill. I didn't really care for it. Um,
Even with like the first person perspective and like,
it was just more of a mind fuck than a Silent Hill game. It was more actually, I wouldn't say a mind fuck
hmm,
because that's psychological horror, which is Silent Hill. It was more of like you're this girl and you're getting bullied, and like this is what happens when you get bullied kind of situation. I'm kind of like we could have done without that.
so about that, about teenagers and being bullied. So I'm a millennial, and
Yeah.
I I was talking to a friend of mine
See, real
about
quick, hold
like,
on. Sorry.
I
See, even looking up Silent Hill short message because I'm trying to find out where it's based on while you were talking. It literally says this game is about
yeah,
bullying that impacts on social media and suicide. And see, that's all the game was about. She was like posting pictures and everybody was making fun of her. And again, if you're going through that,
yeah,
I'm sorry. We're not talking about that. We're
right.
not making fun of that. We're talking about specifically this game. And in this game, I just was not about that because there was like there was monsters, but it wasn't Silent Hill monsters. Like it wasn't like oh fight them and get away from them. It was more like oh she's coming after you, you better run. Oh my gosh, she's falling right behind you, you better run.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah, if she touches
Yeah,
you,
the
then you
flower
gotta
one.
restart. And then it's like oh she's running after you, you better run. And I'm like that was literally the game. And then like and then besides
Yeah.
like once you get to one area, then it was just like oh, and that's all she like. Again, don't take this the wrong way, but that's all she complained about. She was like, "Oh, my pictures didn't get 5 likes," and she's just like, "Oh," well. And then it's like, and then it's like, "Oh, she's running after you. You better run!" Like, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, that was literally Silent Hill short
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But what was you
No, I
bringing
really
up?
do. Um, what was I bringing up?
Yeah, it was based in Germany, by the way. Yeah, damn, dude, you knew more about this shit than I
I pay
was.
attention for the
Yeah, you
I
didn't
pay
pay that
attention
one.
for all the things.
Yeah, yeah, that one was based in Germany.
That's right.
I'm
I
gonna butcher
watched
this,
you
but
at work.
it's Kettens. I can't even say it. Actually, if you could say it,
Hold on,
it's
let me look it up.
Kettenstadt.
Oh, hold on.
I will also send it to you. That's how you say it. It's on Discord.
Oh, I was like gonna Google it. Hold on. Oh, Kettenstadt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know.
It's literally it's enunciable. Kettenstadt.
Oh, see,
Kettenstadt.
yeah. I want.
Kettenstadt. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I was telling a friend of mine this week that I'm not saying that teenagers in this day and age have it any better or worse,
Right.
but what I will say is that if you've uh I grew up in Halo 3
Yeah, I grew up
chat
in Modern
rooms
Warfare 2 chat lobbies, bro. Like,
or Modern Warfare 2 chat
yeah,
rooms, right?
yeah. Halo 3 and Modern
If
Warfare
you
2
consider
chat rooms were horrible. You would kill yourself.
for moderation, okay? If this bitch can't handle not having 5 likes on her
And
Instagram
I'm not
post,
I'm not even saying that just to like make fun of the game. That's literally part of the game. Is like she'll
no,
be
but,
like, I
like,
have 5 likes today, but this person had 110. Why can't I be popular as her? And then the next scene will be, well, today I got 15 likes on this picture, but she got now 323. I'm like, why are you mad about that? Like, see, and this is coming from somebody who's like me.
it's a social commentary on social
We
media
talk
and
about
the
this
impact
all
it
the
can have.
time. If you are doing, and
Yeah,
this is going for what we're doing right now. If you are doing Twitch for
yeah,
money and for views, stop. I'm telling you that right now. Delete
yep,
your channel. Fucking stop.
absolutely.
But if you just post for fun or live stream for fun or wherever the fuck you do, Sean makes music and paints for fun, whether he gets money or not,
Yeah,
or, and I do the same thing. I do YouTube, Twitch, everything. I do it for fun. I'm not like, oh man, my YouTube video only got 2 likes and 5 views. Damn, I should just give up my fucking YouTube channel. No, dude, like,
yeah.
if you're not like, why am I not getting 1 million views? Like, stop. Just stop.
Okay,
Like,
so about that,
have
can
passion
I talk
within
about
yourself.
the indie. Yes, I was telling the guy who I got an interview from
Hmm.
for my music, Indie Wave podcast. We had a conversation about that, and I literally told him the same thing you just said. And I told him that the only reason why I know that your podcast exists is because you allow indie artists like myself to come on here to your platform,
Absolutely.
talk about music, talk about my music, the music industry as I perceive it in the
Absolutely.
past 20 years, and what I've experienced. And I'm just grateful that you allowed me the 30 minutes of time here
Yeah,
in
I
this
even heard
space,
you
in
say
this
that
moment.
multiple times. You're like, I appreciate you. Thank you for
Yes,
letting me do this.
right.
And it's because
Yeah.
you have passion.
Because, and not only just that, but like, again, like, I have knocked on so many doors and gotten no answers. And for the
Mhm.
far and few between that I've gotten yeses on, thank you. You know what I mean?
For the
That's all it
people.
takes. And that's why
Oh, no, go ahead, Faye.
what you said earlier, but that's why, like, what you said earlier is like, if you're doing Twitch for the money, if you're doing anything social media like YouTube or TikTok
Oh,
or whatever
Facebook,
for the
even.
money, or Facebook with your grandparents watching,
Mhm.
what I'm getting at is like, it's if you're doing it for the money, you're not doing it right, and people will see that.
Yes.
If you do it for the clout, people are gonna see that. I know so many people who just start drama shit online, family or otherwise, and I'm just like, "For what, bitch?"
Yeah. Like, I even tell people that all the time. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck, bro. Like, just be yourself and have passion with yourself and just enjoy what you do. Because
Yeah.
if you're trying
Mhm.
to enjoy something that you do, but you're looking for either A, attention, B, views, or C, money, or D, even all three of those, are you really enjoying what you're doing?
Clout.
Are you really enjoying what you're doing?
Yeah.
And if you are, I would like to
Mhm.
know why. Seriously, I really do. But
Oh, yeah, no, me
but
too,
for
yeah.
me, purposely, like I said, I mean, and I know you do the same thing. I'm gonna repeat myself one more time, and then that's it. But I know that you have passion for what you do, and you love doing what you do, and you're gonna upload that, and whether it gets views or not, that's it. Just like I talked about my, motorcycle moto vlog that I'm trying to do,
Mhm.
or my Twitch or anything. I do that for fun, and if I get hate comments or whatever dislikes, guess what? I'm still gonna upload. I'm still gonna do me because at the end of the day,
Exactly.
you're not gonna stop me and your hate comments aren't gonna stop me because I love doing what I'm doing, whether you like watching it or not. And then if you do like watching it, now I'm gonna
Absolutely.
make sure I'm gonna strive for you. But if you don't like watching it, I'm still gonna upload or do whatever I'm doing because at the end of the day, this is what I like to do. I have fun.
Watch this artist work. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, what I really love about Silent Hill is that it like with Silent Hill F,
Mm-hmm.
with Silent Hill, the short message, it's a social commentary
It really is.
on life.
It really is.
That's what I really love about
That's
it,
why I respect
you
those
know?
stories and everything, and I feel like I do have
Yeah.
a connection and everything with that because that is exactly what you said. Is that is the aspect of life and everything because it's just
Mhm.
what it is. I mean, social media is a thing, and I'm not talking about short message here, but same thing with Silent Hill F. Back in the 1960s or wherever you're from, or hell, even way before then, even here in America and stuff like that. The whole purpose was, your dad
Yeah.
picked who you married, the whole fucking 9 yards and everything. But with that being said, just be
Mhm.
yourself, man, and enjoy life, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you're doing. And if you're doing it for clout, are you really enjoying it? And if you are enjoying it, it's because you got the clout and now you're just showing off. And that's cool if that's working out for you, dude. But for those that it's not working out for, just keep striving and just keep enjoying your passion. That's all I ask for. Don't
Yeah,
get discouraged
absolutely.
by it. And if you do get discouraged by any moment, keep trying. I promise you'll get out of it. That's how I was when I first started Twitch. I was like, fuck, I only got one view. Fuck, I only got one view. Fuck, I got 2 views today. Fuck, I only got one view. Fuck. And then I realized, why do I even care? And now I just do it.
Yeah.
Now I just do it because
Yeah,
now I just love and doing it. Same thing with
absolutely.
YouTube. Well, I
Yeah.
look forward for doing YouTube because at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, it gives me something to do. I know once I'm done recording a video, now I get to edit. I love editing, and
Mhm.
then once I get done editing, now I get to upload it. Now I'm like sitting here watching like your video is almost uploaded. I'm like, well, I want to watch it, and I'm like, I can watch it right now. Why ain't I? And then I'm like, well, now I get to watch. And then sometimes,
Right.
no, seriously, sometimes after I upload it, I go out to the living room. I like tell my wife, I'm like, hey, you want to watch this little thing I did today? And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, and to me, I'm like cinema.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love it. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Speaking of cinema, let's talk about Leatherface.
oh yes, 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 yes.
Let's get into that real quick. So, Leatherface is a movie from what, like 2017 or some shit like that?
Talking about Texas Chainsaw, but we're specifically
Oh,
talking
I
about
gotcha.
oh sorry, did my mic cut out there for a minute?
A little bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
seeing that I said that, I just reconnected. Anyway, so we're talking about Texas Chainsaw, but for those of you that don't know, because yeah, we gotta start wrapping shit up, and Sean still has an urban legend he has to tell us. But I
I
have
do,
I
yeah.
have requested a movie to Sean, which is called Leatherface, and so this is the origin story of Leatherface. And Sean, go ahead.
Okay, first and foremost, it takes place in the 60s, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
And for some reason, I'm just gonna throw it out there. When I saw the mother character in the story, okay, first and foremost, let me look up real quick. When was
Yeah, why you do all
Resident
this?
Evil? What's it called? Resident Evil
Oh, Biohazard,
Biohazard
Resident Evil 8, I think it was.
7?
7. Yes, I was wrong.
7.
Eight's Village.
2017. Okay, so I don't know if this is a chicken and the egg situation, but the very
Got
beginning
that
of the
vibes
film,
hardcore.
in my head,
Yeah.
I had Biohazard moment in my head.
Oh no, 100%. That's why I feel like out of all Resident Evils, I love Biohazards. And it's funny because coming from people that are diehard Resident Evil fans as just as much as we are Silent Hill
Yeah.
fans, they're like Biohazard is the worst one.
Mhm.
But to me, who's not a Resident Evil fan, I was like Biohazard was the best one because that's what I got was West Virginia. I even though I know fucking Texas Chainsaw is based off in Texas, but I'm talking about West
Wait,
Virginia, backwoods fucking family that are inbred as fuck and like
yeah.
just hillbilly, dude. Like,
By the way, in no way, shape, and form are we here at the Evil Hour podcast saying that everybody in West Virginia or the
oh
Appalachians backwoods as fuck. Okay? But but
no, if you seem
that
wrong turn though,
X-Files
you know.
episode but if you saw that X-Files episode back in the 1990s, you know that episode.
Yeah, dude. No, I love it. And that's why I feel like I love Resident Evil Biohazard because it gave me hardcore Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw vibes, dude. Hard fucking core.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. So the mother actor, the actress who played the mother, she's been in a lot of films that I have seen. I had to look her up and go like, "Oh, I've seen her in that film, and that film, and
My
that
wife
film, and
does
that
the
film."
same
She's in a
thing
lot of
while
B
we're
films.
watching movies. I'm like, just watch movies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So boyfriend unit is the same way where he's like, "Can you just like watch the film?" And I'm like, "No, wait, I gotta look at that actor. Hold on. I know I've seen this person
Yeah,
somewhere."
yeah.
And and so the crazy thing is that she does really, really good with playing the Karen in the film.
Oh yeah.
And that's essentially who she is. And so I gotta give a props to the actors. They did a lot. And here's the thing. Here's a crazy thing. That movie was built off of, I believe, $500,000 and it gained more money.
Oh
But
yeah.
I can tell you where the money did not go to. Um,
Yeah, there's some scenes, except for the ending, which we'll
there were
obviously
some
talk
moments
about.
where I was
But
like, there were some moments where I was like, "Huh, I think the budget ran out on that one." Either that or someone did not get lunch on set that day, you know what I mean?
yeah, dude.
So, it's about a family in bumfuck nowhere America, Texas, and these kids are raised in a family household that are inbred and are backwards. And so CPS shows up after the sheriff's daughter is killed in a farmhouse,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And they're not able to exactly pin it on the family, but they take the kids out of the household, and then those kids grow up in a sanitarium for
Yeah, dude,
teenagers,
which is fucked.
which okay, so then
It's
enters
basically
our
a
main
psych ward, by the
character who
way. Yeah.
yeah. So then enters our nurse who wants to do just great in the world and wants to make an impact in the world. And the doctor is not exactly an angel. And he in the meantime, the mother has been trying to get her kids out of the system, but her kids are pretty much all screwed up. And the kid that I thought was going to be Leatherface was not the kid that
Yeah,
actually
same, bro.
is
Judge. You're
Leatherface at
talking
the end.
about Judge,
So you
yeah.
were right about
Yeah, it
yeah.
got me too. The whole fucking movie. By the way, there's this big kid. He can't talk. He has
Yo.
long hair, and I can't say I shouldn't say he
Yeah.
can't talk, but he's just more like, "Ugh," type stuff. And
He's just mute.
and yeah, and like throughout the whole
I think
movie, by the way, which we'll get more into it, but throughout the whole movie, like he does the killings, bro. And you're like, this is Leatherface.
I know.
You're like, this is fucking
Right.
Leatherface, bro. Because that whole scene in the psych ward, like he starts murdering those nurses and everything, and then like even the innocent
Yes.
people, you're like, because they did such a great job of tricking you with that. Is he's built like Leatherface, he acts like Leatherface, and you're like, this is Leatherface. But continue on.
Um Okay, so in some weird way, shape, and form, I don't remember what. Oh no, I remember why. The mother gets into the sanitarium. She kind of, in a weird way, with her panic and
Mhm.
mania, she causes a panic in the hospital. Which in my head, I was like, "Where the hell is security?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's the '60s."
Yeah.
Um, so pretty much all the crazies are out, with a lack of better words, and that is how our main cast for the second half of the film escapes, and that is a dude and a
Oh, by
chick
the way, yeah,
who
he
are
meets his
pretty
chicks. This our main guy meets a chick there too, which they end up kind of like boyfriend girlfriend ish, but not. But the
I
people
thought they
that
were
you're talking,
necrophilia. No, not necrophiliacs.
uh,
What were they called? What are they called? Uh, well, no, I think she definitely is a necrophiliac.
oh yeah, no, no, you're talking about the other couple because that's it.
Oh, the other
Yeah,
couple,
yeah.
yes, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm talking
right,
about
right, right,
who our
right.
main
Okay, so
character falls in love with, that one chick that he escaped with
oh,
her. Yeah, he got
yes.
another psycho
Yeah, yeah,
girl
the
out.
nurse.
Yeah. Oh, it was a nurse, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the nurse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause she was trying to escape through the underground,
Right.
and, he meets up our main character meets up with his brother again, and then there's, like, that other guy who is
Yeah,
hooking
yes.
up with the other girl, and the
Which
2 of them are, like, in a weird, like, pseudo-sexual
they kind of
it's
reminded
a
me of Bonnie and
situationship.
Clyde because they like got
Yes.
off on killing people, and then they would do stuff I'm not gonna
Yes.
mention, but yeah, it was like they just got
Yes.
off on killing people, and then they're like, let's
Yes, they got off
party.
on killing people and themselves. They got
Yeah,
off on killing people and themselves.
yeah.
And then they run in so through their travels okay, so first of all, what I really loved was that you could kinda tell that it was a dummy of the psycho guy who was pushed through the
Yeah.
window. Um,
Yeah.
there was a moment where, like, it didn't cut, like, the film didn't cut right, and you could kinda tell that it was a mannequin. Um
Yeah.
And I was like, "Guys, we could definitely tell where the budget kinda went today." Um, but great on execution. And then, they get to the diner, and the diner scene, I don't know if you've ever seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the very end of Pulp Fiction, when the 2, robbers are in the diner, that's what that reminded me
Oh,
of, and
I
I was
never
sitting there going like
thought of
this.
that.
I mean,
It does make sense though.
"Stick up!"
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "Yeah, dude." Oh, I totally thought Pulp Fiction that whole scene all the way through, right?
Damn.
Because on one booth, you got the normal kinda normal people,
Right.
which was pretty much John Travolta and,
Samuel L. Jackson.
uh, uh, Samuel L. Jackson, and then the other side, you've got, oh my god, what is her name?
Yeah, I can't think
She
of
was in
it right
Star
now.
Trek Picard. Um, Fudge. And then, uh, the guy from, that TV show based on, Ekman. Oh my
Now
god.
I don't know.
Anyway, so you have, like, these 2 separate booths going, right?
Yeah.
And then she finally goes, "I'm so ready, I can't wait to get this going," and then she finally goes,
Yeah.
"Gotcha!" And just like, you know what I was just like, "Oh, this is so Pulp Fiction." I love it. Oh, it brought Pulp Fiction from the '90s into the mid-2000s, and I love that.
Yeah.
Um, and then they get to the next scene or the next area of the scene of the movie, which was the camper
Yeah.
with the dead guy in it.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
That was the
That was when I was like,
necrophiliac shit.
"Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, "Okay, Leatherface 2017's
But that's
gone off
when
the rails."
Judge or
But then,
whatever
like,
his name was went like fucking psychotic, and isn't that the scene where he like died
yeah.
at? Or it's close. It's close. It's coming up.
No, it's later on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
coming up.
because they okay, so the brother, the older brother or the bigger brother, right? The one with the long hair that we assume is Leatherface at this
Yeah.
point. Because we're the problem with origin movies is that, like, you kinda already know one of these mother efforts is gonna be Leatherface, but you just kinda have, like, an idea and assume
Oh, and
this
they
is who it's
nailed
gonna
it though.
be.
They nailed it on who I thought it
But
was
they
gonna be.
yeah. Oh, okay. Because like, I was still kinda questioning, like, at this point, like, who's it gonna be?
Oh no. I'm
Um,
saying like I thought
so
100% it was Judge, like the guy who couldn't talk or anything. I was like, it's him.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. That's right, because the other guy's name was Jackson.
Yeah.
That's right. I can remember that because my dad's name was Jackson. Um, so, okay, so here's the crazy part. So Judge just got shot at the
That's right.
diner, right?
Yeah.
He got
In the
right?
yeah.
And then the nurse patched him up, and then like that same fucking night, they decided to put him on watch. Why? Make that make sense. But then I was like, wait a minute. I am making too much sense for people who just escaped a mental sanitarium. I'm fine.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing way more thinking than is necessary in this film. And then, okay, so the way that they escaped, can we talk about that?
Oh yeah.
Because like
My
the
wife
police
talks about
stumble
that all
on
the time.
the police stumble upon what looks like and is a dead cow.
Yep.
Um the dog sniff, and then for some reason they pull themselves out of the dirt and the mud covered in blood, and
Yeah.
then like they wash their face from the crick, and then they just continue on their way. And in my head I was like, really? Really? I feel like your wife and I, by the way, Dom, like we need to be in a room and just watch a movie together.
Oh god.
Be in our own world
Oh yeah, dude.
because I
No,
think the
you,
two of us would feed off of each other.
oh, you would. You fucking. I'll let it happen, dude. I would love to honestly see it. I mean, you two be walking out. That was fucking stupid. I can already see it.
This was dumb and that was dumb.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
I can't believe they put that actress in there. I can already hear it.
And while we're both doing this,
Yep.
trying to figure out who that actor was that we saw in that one movie at that one time.
Yep.
Um, and uh, and then okay, so if I remember correctly, uh the brother that we assumed the dopey one, right? That would
Yeah.
be Leatherface. Um, he doesn't necessarily make it out
No.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's pretty much Jackson and the nurse girl, and
Yeah,
then
because the other
nurse
two
girl
died
finds an
as well too.
opportunity.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to throw it out there. There were so many opportunities for that girl to run away, and she
My
never
wife says the
took
same
them.
thing. Yep. My wife said the
I
same
don't
thing.
understand why. I don't, and it's not Stockholm syndrome. I don't know what it was that kept that girl. I just plot armor. I don't know
Yep.
what the hell it was. Um,
At this
but then
point,
like
the police
eventually,
was chasing them and everything. Yeah.
yes,
Which that part
right, and then
was
they have,
straight cinema, dude. Straight cinema.
yeah, wasn't
Because
it?
so this is how you
Wasn't
found
it?
out who was Leatherface, aka, spoiler alert, it was our main character Jackson, who we did not think who it was, because again, like it happens back to back. It was like Judge fucking dies, and
Hmm.
then they're running from the cops, and we're like, wait, that wasn't Leatherface? Because again, he was built like him, he talked
Hmm.
like him, it was the whole 9 yards. And then while they're fucking running away from the cops, not to cut you off here, Sean, or anything, but I love this scene. To this day, this scene's stuck in my head because it was so good graphics, so good. Like, this is where they put their money to. Because he's fucking yelling at the girl to drive, and they're fucking fighting while the cops are chasing them, and they're shooting at them and now and everything. The cops are shooting at the main people. And next thing you know, it just goes,
Yeah.
"Phew," and like hits his jaw.
Yes. Oh, the jaw
and
thing. Yes.
and she
Oh,
looks
that was
at
so
him,
good.
and that's where it like shows his face like he's pissed now, and like it plays like the Leatherface or the Texas Chainsaw music,
Yeah.
and like he slowly like looks at her while just blood's like, I was like, that's Leatherface, dude. And I
Yeah.
was like, holy
Right.
shit.
I know, right? Okay, so moving on from that, eventually they find out that they're at that house. They
Yep.
they make it back to
The
the
home.
mom's house,
Yeah.
right? With I guess Uncle Seamus and Remus. I don't know what their names are.
Yeah.
Um and Grandpa Jacob. It's gotta be Grandpa Jacob. So or Philip or whatever his name is. Uh, and so after that, so when he kind of gets accepted back into his family and they're more manipulating Jackson out of
Yeah.
who Jackson is, right? And it's such a they did more in like an hour and a half than I think Star Wars did in 2 hours of trying to get Anakin to become Darth Vader, which is
Yeah.
fucking wild to me that
Oh
that's what
yeah.
happened. But like, right? But, and it's weird that I make that connection, but at the same time, okay, so girl is stuck in the house. It still is very Resident Evil 7 Biohazard at this point. And then the cop guy from the very beginning of the film is back and he knows that that's where they're at. This is where I was like, mental check out. This is a scary movie, and clearly this is where the finances did not go because the cop, and you probably know the scene. The cop is in the couch like this,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna make sure that I'm still in frame here for this one. But he's like, "No, don't come in." Ah!" And then like the next scene, he's like clearly in the couch with like a mannequin body getting like like a chainsaw into him right here
Yeah.
while blood is going out this direction. It's the way that you could tell that it was a B movie without it being a B movie because it wasn't a B movie, but clearly they had only $500,000 to work off of.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and then the act, then the like,
you gotta give it to them.
oh yeah,
You
but
gotta
the
give it
thing
to
that I
them.
love about
They did
it
it.
is then the act, then the like final ending, which like made it the best, was he gets himself sewed up and
Oh, the
everything.
chase.
Yeah, and the girl
The
finally
chase at
like
the
pieces
end.
everything together. She's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Oh,
I'm done. And like he pretty much hurts her, and then she's like on the ground, and then she looks right up at him, and he's holding the chainsaw, and she's just like,
I
you
really
know,
wanted
oh, I love it though. It's so simple. She just looks up
oh,
right at him, and she goes, "You're just like your fucking mother." And he just cuts her fucking head off, and then he
yeah.
does like the famous like Texas chainsaw swing. I was like, dude, that
Yeah, with
is
the
crazy. And then it's just black screen.
it's the way it's the yeah, right? That's the greatest way to end the
Oh my
movie. There was
god,
no
it's
other better way
so
to end it.
awesome.
Wait. No, actually, there's a little bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
There's the part where the scene where he's down in the basement and he's putting
Oh
together
yeah,
his
that's
mask.
right. I forgot about that because yeah, it was
Now,
only a
okay, I have a
half
question.
mask, wasn't it?
Was it a half mask? I thought it was a full mask, and I thought it was half was the police officers and half was hers.
Oh, I think it was. I didn't even think it was hers. I thought he was just
That's what
pissing.
I got.
Oh my god, if that I need to rewatch this movie now. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I got. That's what I
Dude,
got out
I
of
just
it.
thought
I
it was
don't
just
know
a
if it was
whoa.
I don't know who else's faces were available.
But yeah, and by the way, we didn't really do good description. But before we end this topic, so Sean could talk about the urban legends here. This
Yeah,
guy
for
was like a
sure.
pretty boy, like straight white teeth, everything. And then
Yeah.
when that scene happens, it's like all his teeth is all fucked up, which I imagine because you just have a bullet right through your cheek. I mean, but yeah, and then when he's like
Yeah.
piecing on that mask, what he was talking about, it was like then you see like the teeth and everything. It's like, oh, that's how that happened. But
Yeah.
they did, so I knew it was gonna be a mind fuck with you guys, and that's why I wanted to see you guys watch it because
It was so
you love
good.
psychological horror. I love psychological horror, and those of you that know me, I am a huge
Yeah.
fan of Texas Chainsaw. And when I seen that, I was like, "That's a mind fuck." That movie was a huge mind fuck.
Yeah.
How did your
It's the
boyfriend
way
like
that
it, by the way?
you know, so we had to watch it in parts because it's first. So I so we watched it up to the point where they escaped to the trailer park
Okay,
or the
yeah, the
trailer,
camper, yeah,
okay? And even then, I think it was too late of a night for him, and he was kinda dozing in and out,
yeah,
because again, he works days, I work nights, so I'm used to this owl
right,
shit
right,
mentality. But the thing is like, um, uh, we had to kind of go back to when they were escaping,
yeah,
and I filled him in on the prior information, much like what we just did now, to then, you know,
then.
finish the rest of the movie, and I think he liked it. I mean, I don't remember if I asked him, but yeah, for a movie that was made off of $500,000 and made more than $500,000 back, you get a 5 star out of it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I will let you know that there are clearly moments where we knew where the finances were available and when they were not.
I
Okay,
literally do
like
believe they put it all towards the end. I even told my wife that. I was like, they put all that
yeah, they
towards the
did.
end.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, they definitely did. They paid a lot to make a mannequin's head look just like the actress that we've been looking at this whole hour and a half. Um, I was really rooting at the end, even though I knew that it wasn't gonna go the way that I wanted, but I was really hoping that she was able to talk to Jackson or reach out to him
Uh,
as a character despite him, you know, uh, fully committing to the Leatherface bit,
yeah.
like I just really wanted that, and I was like, "Oh, she's the girl who's gonna survive at the end." No.
No.
I was so wrong.
Well, want to get into your urban
Yeah.
legends now? And then,
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so for season 3 of the Evil Hour podcast, I was wondering what can we do to kind of spice it up a little bit, and I wanted to talk about urban legend or add in local urban legends from where Dom and I both live. We don't live in the same state; we live in separate parts of America, um, many many miles away.
yeah.
Um, many miles away. So this is actually like a big effort for the both of us to do this show. And so today we're going to talk about the Dark Watchers of Santa Lucia Mountains. Have you heard of these
I
before?
have never heard of them before.
Never heard of them. Okay.
Nah.
Well, the sweeping, fog shrouded peaks of the Santa Lucia Mountains along California's central coast hold more than just breathtaking views, which I have been to. This rugged wilderness, immortalized by John Steinbeck, is also home to one of the Golden State's most enduring and unnerving urban legends, the Dark Watchers. If you find yourself hiking along the crest of Big Sur, keep your eyes peeled. As the sun begins to dip and the coastal mist rolls in, you might just catch a glimpse of them. Tall, silent figures silhouetted against the sky, standing sentinel on the ridges. Who are they? Are they ghosts, ancient guardians, or merely tricks of the light? Join us as we explore the chilling origin story of the deep rooted lore of the Dark Watchers. The roots of the Dark Watchers legend run deep into California's history, stretching back long before European settlers set foot on the coast.
Damn.
The Yeah, I know, right? The Chumash and the Salinan people, indigenous groups native to the region, have oral traditions which speak to mysterious beings inhabiting the mountainous terrains. These entities were often described as silent observers, sometimes seen as ancestral spirits or guardians. They were considered inherently malevolent, but their presence was always treated with profound respect and a touch of dread. Early Spanish explorers and Mexican vacu- vaqueros, cowboys, also reportedly encountered these strange figures, calling them los vigilantes oscuros.
That
I don't
sounds
know if
even
my
more
Spanish is that
scary.
good, but I tried. Well, the word vigilante is in there
yeah.
somewhere because
Yeah.
vigilantos, vigilantes oscuros, the Dark Watchers. They learned from the indigenous communities the key to safety was not to stare at them, avoid approaching them at all costs. So the lore of the Watchers, the modern lore surrounding the Dark Watchers, is surprisingly consistent, forming a chilling profile for these elusive entities. Their appearance is as such. The Watchers are almost universally described as extraordinarily tall, often 10 feet or more. They appear as featureless silhouettes draped in what looks like a long black cloak or cape and are typically depicted wearing a wide brimmed hat that further obscures any facial features. Their form is dark and amorphous, often described as darker than the surrounding night. Their behavior is noted as their most defining characteristic is right in their name. They watch. They stand perfectly still on high ridge lines, peering out over the vast expanse of the mountains of the
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean.
I like
They
being
show
that he's
absolutely
getting
no
stuck.
interest, right? They absolutely have no interest in human interaction. They are not known to chase, attack, or even move.
okay.
Witnesses report a profound sense of being watched from afar. Vanishments. The spookiest element of the lore is their sudden disappearance. The moment a hiker spotting them in a distance makes any attempt to get closer, waves a hand, or calls out, the watcher vanishes instantly. And some descriptions claim they dissipate into the mist. while others say they simply blink out of existence faster than the eye can follow. This elusive nature has only solidified their place in local folklore. So, the footprints and the scientific speculations are as such. The Dark Watchers might have remained an obscure local campfire story if not for a legendary literary endorsement. Nobel Prize winning author John Steinbeck of books such as, I believe, The Grapes of Wrath, as well as The Fisherman and the Sea. Um, a native and nearby Salinas by the way, Salinas is a city, immortalized them in his acclaimed story called Flight, 19 published in 1938. Quote, Pepe saw a figure sitting upon a high black rock and watched him. It was a dark watcher. Pepe knew that he must not speak to the dark watcher, nor even approach it, but must keep it in the distance and avoid its eyes. Steinbeck's powerful prose brought national attention to the legend and cemented its place in American Gothic literature. So, are they real? Scientists and skeptics have put forth several theories to explain the phenomena. So, one of the three is broken specters. This is the most popular scientific explanation. It occurs when a person's shadow is cast upon mist or fog in a specific alignment with the sun, which can make the shadow appear magnified and distant. The hat and cloak could be an exaggeration of the human form, and their vanishing would simply be changed in the light of the mist.
Right.
Um, so is this a human? So there's this thing called periodelia, which is the human psychological tendency to perceive significant patterns like a face or a human form in random stimuli, like
Right.
shadows, rocks, clouds. And it's possible that tired hikers are simply misinterpreting rock formations or trees in the twilight.
I can see that.
Which I can kinda get that. Maybe
Right.
someone was on shrooms that day or Molly, I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like,
Having the
when you're
greatest
in a
time.
dark room and your brain starts thinking like, okay, there's somebody in the corner because you're looking for shapes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I could see that. Okay.
Yeah. So even sometimes people can blame even the fog, the dense, unique marine layer fog that defines the central coast creates dramatic shifting shapes. It's plausible that these fog banks form temporary shapes that are then interpreted as the watchers. So here's the final bit behind it, the enduring mystery. Whatever the true source, ancient spirits, literary license, or a trick of mountain atmosphere, the legend of the Dark Watchers endures. For those who live near or hike within the Santa Lucia Mountains, they are a powerful symbol of the untamed wilderness. They represent the unknown forces that still dwell just beyond our understanding, waiting for the mist, forever watching from the silent peaks. So next time you are out in Big Sur as the sun goes down, remember the rules. Don't approach, don't shout, and whatever you do, don't make eye contact. And that, my friends, is The Dark Watchers,
Beautiful. I
episode
love
1,
that.
season 3 of the Evil Hour podcast.
I love that. That was great.
Right? And I feel like it was so fitting for like us talking about Silent Hill, the
Yes.
fog, and all that stuff. I was like,
I love that.
I think we could find something urban legend appropriate for this
That was
podcast.
perfect. Do
Thank
you want
you.
to end it, by the way, because I forget how the ending goes. That was my bad.
Well, my friend, all you gotta do is just pull up the script and scroll down to the bottom.
Oh,
So the next time we're gonna do the same thing we do every night, we are going to be surviving and hopefully not with the Dark Watchers, everybody. My name is Sean Graves, and this guy over here,
I'm
his
down
name,
slash rash traffic. Yeah, I see it right here now.
wishing you all the best until the next episode, the week following next. Until next time, unpleasant dreams, everyone.